All right. All right, all right, all right. Hello, y'all. We're here, we're queer. We're ready to continue episode 5. The final case. Ah! Wait, what just hit me? It's not showing up what hit me. Thank you for whatever hit me. Hello, hello. I hope everyone's doing well on this fine Thursday. Oh, there it is. Hi, Lady Bar. 15 months. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I'll get this out of the way real fast. I'm using my PNG for today because one of my monitors stopped working, and it was the one that I had my camera on, like mounted on, and I have to like replug it in and do a bunch of moving around stuff. So instead, we're just gonna do this today because I didn't feel like doing all that other work. But it's fine. But speaking of which, also, it's been a long week. I'm tired, but I'm gonna try and do as much of this tonight as I can. We're gonna go for 3. We're gonna try 3 hours. We'll throw both. Well, they still work. I just won't react to them. Ow! It hurts. But they're still there. As we wait for this game to load, apparently. I don't think, like, unless I played this, like, until we beat it, I don't think we're beating this game today. But we should probably be able to beat it next week. Assuming it ever loads. Uh-oh, I think I scared it. Y'all, I think I scared it away. Uh-oh. Oh, thank goodness. We're back. Feels a little... Some feels... To be fair, once again, I'm playing this on a different monitor than usual, so but it's fine. Also, hold on. There you go, that should probably help. Yep, that works better. Alright, now what the hell were we doing? Have we talked to you yet? Apparently not. Come here, Tabby. How about that? A little help from little old me, and y'all made a giant leap closer to solving the case. Now, are we gonna talk about the fact that the person she told us, I guess we already did, because then she said that I'm not holding anything. I wasn't pressing anything. I don't know what happened. Because she said, well, we're the ones who thought that she meant the kid, not, Eustace, but closer, sure, if by closer we wound up going after the completely wrong kidnap victim. She must have barely looked at the photo at all. Or she was lying, because she's a liar. Her name is Tabloid. I don't trust her. Don't trust tabloids. Or people who named Tabloid. Oh, really? Here, I thought I'd give y'all the tip of the century. My bad. It's not your fault. It's all us for putting our trust in unreliable sources. I'll just have to learn not to do that again. Hey, that ain't nice. I don't gotta give y'all no tips at all, and I won't. Not if you're gonna be like that. Alright, fine. Maybe just this one, but only because I got a real scoop for you this time. A real scoop, Well, this should be good. Fine. I'm not expecting much, but you got my attention. What is this? How many people change their names in Ace Attorney? I'm gonna say probably less than you think. Less than you think. And I'm not counting aliases. Like, straight up change their name, less than you think. You think it'd be more? Maybe it should be? Or maybe you're surprised that people are named what they're named. It's like, wow, your parents named you this? What, do they hate you? It's like, well, at least if you named yourself, I'd be able to see the joke, but... Proof, that's what! A proof that Tarzars really is real. Alright, okay, we're leaving. Wait, I ain't lying, I swear! Sure, it's hard to believe, but it's true! We don't have time for this. But we also don't have much else to go on, I suppose. Proof? What kind of proof? Did you capture something on your tape recorder, perhaps? Ha! Oh, you're good, Ruffles. Sharp on a gosh dang tack. I captured the sound of that big old beastie breathing fire is what I captured. I was hoping for something a little better than that. Hey, don't make that face, dang it. I ain't lying. Listen for yourself and tell me it ain't true. Alright, ready? It's fire breathing time, dang nabbit. There, well, kinda hard to tell over the shouting, but it could have been something breathing fire. Maybe. And tell me, Miss Lloyd, did you see this fire-breathing something with your own eyes? Well, not exactly with my eyes as such, being as how I wasn't precisely close by when it happened. Surely the real Tortosaurus would be pretty hard to miss no matter how far away you were standing. Well, see, I was far away, but also recording via what you might call a non-standard means. Would you mind explaining what you mean by that? Are you going to tell me that you bugged this area? Because if you are, I would like to tell you that we also found a bug in one of our things, and so I'm blaming you. Yeah, I really dug myself a hole here, huh? See, I could have rigged up me a little wireless intercept, hoping to do a little scoop detecting. That's so sad. Poor insect. Not an insect, Kay, an intercept. She was listening out for radio signals. It would have allowed her to listen in on any nearby transmissions. Me and the chief been down here at the big bill and sniff around these last couple days. Looking into Miss Hart's tip about the underground auction, I assume. Which would mean that you've been listening in on all the radio signals in the area, too. Sure have. Which is how I wound up hearing the most thunderous, ear-splitting noise you ever did hear. A pounding of feet, electricity in the air, this was it! Torosaurus at last! You made up everything except for the roaring sound, didn't you? The long and short of it is that you didn't actually see anything, correct? Hey, I don't need to see things. I'm right over here. Anyhow, I'll keep listening until down the cut line comes your pal there's voice, hollering fit to beat the band. Our apologies for that. I'm sure Kay didn't mean to bowl you over with her little outburst. My assumer was as shocking as it was because you didn't hear it directly. It came through your headphones while you were listening to the signal from the bug, didn't it? What? Are you saying she planted it? Hey, come on now. I ain't into no bugging, just a little light-hearted interception is all. Would you mind if we borrowed the tape of what you recorded, Miss Lloyd? Let's do it to you dang well, please. Damn, I will say though, that's definitely a good lie to get out of it. It's not, oh no, I didn't bug you. I just tapped into the bug that was listening in on you because I found a signal and I listened to it. Haha, haha, don't you worry, everything's right. I totally didn't do anything illegal or wrong. Hi, Kayla. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth! Mrs. Saint, Miss Barry. Judy Rika today, because I don't know if any of y'all heard, but yeah, my monitor, the TV that I've had since 2013 that I was using as my second monitor, and the main monitor for a lot of things, crapped out on me yesterday, so I just put my tablet here instead, but that's where my camera was, and I didn't feel like remounting it somewhere else. So for now, for today at least, we're just doing this. Nice and simple. Nice and simple. Plus she's cute. Look at her. Look at her cheeks. How's the search going? Did you find him? Not yet. Poor Sean. Sean? Oh, nothing. Just a slip of the tongue. I guess they still don't know about the kidnapping. We did manage to find Eustace, yes. You did? Oh, that's great. Oh, thanks so much. Now maybe they won't arrest me again. What information do we have in our puzzles? Nothing substantial yet. What do y'all have for me? Anything good? You're amazing, Mr. Edgeworth. How'd you find Prosecutor Winter? With some serious investigative magic, that's how. It was pure luck, actually, but never mind. You didn't even need our help, huh? That's not true. Thanks so much for joining in the search. Where did you look, by the way? Oh, this place a little way called Sunshine Coliseum. Do you know it? Wait, Sunshine Coliseum. That's over by the harbor. Wait, call me crazy. Was Sunshine Coliseum the place that featured in Apollo Justice, the first Apollo Justice game? There were a bunch of people there for a big event. We thought it might be worth a look. You mean like a festival? Oh, that sounds fun. Wish I could have gone and checked it out. Oh yeah, it was super fun. There were food stands and fireworks. Simeon didn't like the crowds much, but hey, you don't have to tell them that. Alright, it's decided. When this case is finally over, we're all going to the festival together. Okay, hold on. I already know exactly what it wants me to say. The loud bang that we heard was a firework. It's kind of lucky you found Prosecutor Winter so quickly. Lucky? In what way? I have to go practice soon, for the show. I wouldn't have been able to help for much longer anyway. I see. I'm sorry to have kept you from your duties at the circus. Oh no, it's nothing to worry about, really. Well, you're glad to help. I'll do anything that helps make sure they don't arrest me again. Oh, you really helped me out by finding him. I'm so relieved. Of course, just because they found him, that doesn't mean they'll find Warden Lagarde guilty. What? You mean they might still throw me back in jail? No, I can't go back. I can't. Come on, Kay. Do you really have to torment the poor boy? Okay, hold on. Ba-da, 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 and ba-da. Mr. Saint, you mentioned fireworks before. Huh? Fireworks? Yes, at the event at the Coliseum. Were they setting them off even during daylight hours? Oh yeah, bunch went off while we were there. What are you thinking, Mr. Edgeworth? The loud bang we heard. What if that was a firework? Huh? Okay, see, now that does kind of worry my, Tabby Lloyd being the kidnapper kind of theory, unless she has helpers. But she could always have helpers. For the bang to be clearly audible over the telephone, it must have been pretty loud. Which means fireworks, which means the Coliseum. So the kidnapper was near there, right? But how near? If the fireworks were that loud, you could probably hear them from pretty far away. Yes, the area we need to search would be too broad to even consider doing it ourselves. But the police would lend a hand. But there's a problem. There are no vehicles. Oh, damn it. Okay, look, I thought that was clever. It's not quite right. One moment. There we go. I need to reconsider the information at hand. We need to keep finding people to talk to. What about you, Miss Barry? Who's apparently completely You know, my friends went out looking. But she beat us to it. No fair. Her friends? I guess she means the animals. Today's the first public performance of your new show, correct? Yep, it sure is. We practiced so hard for this one. We? So Mr. Saint will be performing too? Of course! He practiced harder than anybody. Even if he did spend the whole time saying no. He even went up in the balloon to spread the word from the sky. You have to come and see him perform, okay? It'll mean so much to him. Of course. I'm assuming we can solve this case before then. Did you say that you enlisted the help of the animals in your search? Yep, and if it had been Isaiah and Regent, we might have found something. But Simeon, the big scaredy cat, was all no, and put a stop to that. So boring. If it weren't for Mr. Saint, the whole town would probably be in uproar right now. Because if I remember correctly, Isaiah is the elephant and Regent is a tiger. Oh, come on, Simeon, why would you do that? Setting the whole circus loop on the city would have been super fun. I'm sorry. To you too, Mr. Edward. Sorry. Why are you apologizing to me? I'm the one person who didn't say anything. Oh, right. We should probably look through that at some point. It won't let us. Gumshoe, what are you doing? Gumshoe, why? Stop, Gummy! Why are you running away from us? Detective Gumshoe. When you gave up your badge, sir, I didn't know what to do with myself. So I thought you weren't going to be a prosecutor anymore, then maybe I shouldn't be a detective either. But I was wrong. Even if you're not around, I'll always be a detective. My job will always be to investigate crimes. And us detectives don't just investigate when prosecutors ask us to. We have to be able to look into stuff ourselves, too. Is that what you were doing just now? And back then, too. So Rosie Ringer's autopsy report. When I went down to the detention center to see how Kay was doing, Oh, did Detective Gumshoe overhear that conversation? Oh my. You overheard that? Yeah, so I went back and looked over the evidence. Dug out a little something I thought might help. No way, Gummy, you're the best. I'd be in prison right now if it wasn't for you. My pleasure, kid. Good to see you. Got your memory back, by the way. Thanks. So anyway, like I said, I'm investigating stuff for myself these days, and that's that. Wait, Gummy, don't run off again. We get it. You can look into stuff for yourself now. That's great. And it helped me right when I needed it most. Right now, we need you to work with us. I'm no longer a prosecutor, or indeed in anything, but we're investigating a case regardless. And I ask you this not as a prosecutor, but as a friend. Detective Gumshoe, will you help us? You don't even know my name! I'm pretty sure you prefer Gumshoe over that name. Fair enough. Grew up with the name Dick. You know, a lot of kids kind of make fun of you for it. Oh, stop it, sir. You're killing me here. Come on, Gummy. All right, I'll do it. Just stop bowing and being nice to me, okay? It's weird. Would you prefer if I was more mean and rude to you? I mean, it would feel more normal. Well, Gummy, I didn't know you were that kind of person. What kind of person? Don't worry about it, pal. Gummy! Thank you, Detective. So, what do you need? Well, can you tell us what you've discovered in the course of your investigations, Detective? Yes, sir! Sure I can. Alright, so I got 3 big things to tell you. Here goes. Number 1, I've got some results for you from when forensics looked at the case closed. They found trace of what looked to be a powerful sedative. Brand was, 3 Z's. I guess that's what she was drugged with at Gold Lake, before she was taken to the roof of the big building. Sure seems that way. Now for number 2, I got hold of all the footage from the security camera in front of the big building elevator. The camera that captured President Wang and Judge Cavell that night. The elevator is usually the only way of getting up onto the roof, correct? And therefore, anyone using it should have been caught on camera. That's right! So what are you Rewinding the tape back to 2 nights ago, we should have been able to see Kay being carried up there while she was out cold. And, did you spot me, Gummy? I watched it all on fast forward, everything from 2 days ago till the end. Yes, and? Nothing. No sign of Kay anywhere. I thought it was too good to be true. So she was brought up there either through the storage to purposely avoid the camera, or airdrop via helicopter. How did the kidnapper get her up there? I think we'll need to look into that in a little more detail. And the last item on your list? Yes, sir! Now this is the big one! The third thing I have to tell you is, it's great to be working with you again! I'll help you catch this perp if it's the last thing I do! And that about wraps it up. I put you through a lot, Detective. That doesn't mean I can start going easy on you. That's the big one, as you put it. It doesn't even have anything to do with the case. I'd have preferred something of practical use. Oof. No mercy, huh? Guess I shouldn't have expected any less. Thanks, Mr. Edgeworth. What is with you and being a masochist? Well, I mean, being by your side for several years, that's just either you become a masochist or you give up. Those are your only 2 options. I wasn't like this before, you know. The boy's been kidnapped. We need your help to find him. Kidnapped? Yes, his name is Sean Finn. Oh, wait! The kid with the horns? You know him. I saw him earlier today. You mean this morning? Yeah! He got off that bus over there. And then he walked off toward the garbage disposal area. Where's that? Just over there. It's where all the offices in the big building put their trash before it gets taken away. Where he went after that, couldn't tell ya. And I had to leave right around then. I think we'd better take a closer look at this garbage disposal area. Thank you, Detective. Let's go. So Sean walked off in this direction, huh? It would seem so, yes. Perhaps we'll find some clues as to his current here as to his current whereabouts. I must scour the scene. Well, first of all, there's the milk that he was drinking. I hope he didn't cry over it being spilled. It's milk carton. That's the same brand Sean drinks. Something happened to him here. I'm almost certain of it. So they keep it locked up tight, huh? I guess they don't want non-residents disposing of their trash here. The trash is collected at 11 a.m. I guess that's why the enclosure is empty. There was a ton of stuff here earlier. Big stuff, too. That's how they got Sean out. With the garbage. It must be the day they take the big stuff away. Yeah, sure looked that way. I bet the big squisher machine squished it all up good anyhow. They don't do that with the larger items. They just take them away as they are. They do, huh? I didn't even know that, sir. Wait, Mr. Fender's pretty keen for you to join him, right? I bet he sent you some kind of pamphlet on how to throw your stuff away for when you move office. You're spookily insightful sometimes, Kay, but only sometimes. Based on what we've seen and what Detective Gumshoe's told us, I think there's a strong possibility that Sean was abducted from the garbage disposal area. Yeah, it's kind of out of the way of prying eyes, huh? But why would Sean even come here in the first place? I imagine he must have had something to dispose of. But the truck's already come and gone. So I'll never know what that something was now. It's totally empty. Yes, because the garbage was just collected. You think? Or did somebody steal it all? I smell the crime here, Mr. Edgeworth. I certainly smell something as well. But is it really the scent of a crime? Garbage disposal area. Vehicle activity. Wham! Push them together. What do you got? Only 2 vehicles came through here this morning. The taxi and a blue truck. And Eustace was taken away in the taxi. Right. Well, it seems that Sean was likely abducted from the garbage disposal area. And if the garbage was collected at 11 a.m. Oh! I get it! Now we know what kind of truck it was! Indeed. It must have been the garbage truck. But the police officer who told us about it didn't describe it as such. He only mentioned the fact that it was blue. Some cop he was. How did he not even notice there was one of those cool trash squishing machines? Because it wasn't. Today isn't regular garbage day. It's the day they collect larger items, which they wouldn't use a specialized garbage truck. Just a regular truck like any other. But it was a garbage truck nonetheless. And where do garbage trucks go? To the dump, right? They go to the dump, where they dump a huge dump of dumping junk. All the junk into the dump. It's dumped real good. Oh, wait a second. So you're saying the kidnapper disguised themselves as a trash collector? But then the truck would probably have been fake too, right? So maybe it didn't go to the dump. No, I'm reasonably sure the garbage truck was real. Yeah? How do you figure that? Another look at the garbage disposal area should tell us. The fact that it's super fucking empty.
Take that!
Oh, wait. You're saying that there's something important there? Yes. Proof that the garbage truck is real. You don't agree? Wait, oh, wait. Oh, right. Nope. Okay. It is the padlock. Fine. Whatever. I'll press the padlock, damn it.
Take that!
Bleh. The garbage disposal area is kept locked. Oh, yeah. So only a real garbage collector and a real garbage truck could have opened it. Precisely. The garbage truck can't have been a fake. Perhaps whoever abducted Sean put him in a large cardboard box that they'd prepared for the job. Now mix that in amongst all the other oversized items, and the garbage collector would have taken it away, no questions asked. Exactly. Wait. When the garbage collector would have taken it away, allowing the kidnapper to await the truck's arrival at the garbage processing facility, they could then claim to have thrown the box away by mistake and collect it without incident. Alright, so where do they take the garbage after it leaves here? Let's see. It looks like we have two possibilities. But which of the garbage processing facilities was Sean taken to? We found anything that might serve as a clue, have we? The fact that it's near the Coliseum, probably? They'll probably do the daybreak. So, based on the loud bang we heard on the phone call, we know that the kidnapper was somewhere in the vicinity of Sunshine Coliseum. And one of the garbage facilities is right by there, too! Wow, that video must really stink. I think it's likely that's where Sean was taken. Which means the kidnapper must be holding him somewhere near there. Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir? Could I ask you when you're meant to search the area around the garbage facility? It's not like you to ask, sir. It was a little flat, if I'm being totally honest. But why don't you give me a good old-fashioned order, huh? Like you used to. You don't mind, even though I'm not a prosecutor anymore? I thought I told you already. A detective investigates for himself, not just for prosecutors. Thank you. In that case, get on it on the double. Investigation complete, motherfuckers. We're moving on. Mr. Edgeworth, we're almost out of time. You're right. We need to hurry. I doubt Judge Cavell and the others can hold out much longer. I'm counting on you, Detective Gumshoe. I won't let you down, sir. It won't be an official search, but I'll put my best guys on it. You can count on that. You need a warrant. I'm just gonna let you know. If you don't have a warrant, that's not illegal. That evidence is illegal. But also, this is Japan and a parody thereof, so they probably don't need a warrant. I don't know. I don't know the laws of Japan. I don't know the laws of this land. I'm coming too, Gummy. I promised I'd snatch Sean from the jaws of danger, and that's just what I'm gonna do. I'll head back to the courthouse. Who knows, I may be able to drag proceedings out just a little longer. Alright, with me, everybody. Even in the depths of night. It's already striking 2. There isn't a moment to lose. Yes, sir! But I didn't finish. When no other bird dares to take flight. April 6th, 2:16 p.m. We're running out of time. Oh, that's right. We helped with getting Excelsius winner. Well, if it isn't our old friend, ex-prosecutor Edgeworth. Hello, dear boy. Excelsius winner. The accused will turn and face the prosecution. I'm not done with you yet. Already told you, Francisca, it doesn't make sense. Why would I help her? My feel for her, of course. A woman in her prime sent to prison. It's enough to make a grown man cry. But to suppress evidence in order to keep her out of a jail cell? No, that's preposterous. But we have a statement from your son. He says he entrusts the evidence to your care. I'm afraid I don't know what he's talking about. Or why he'd say such a thing. I don't know what got into him lately. Edgeworth, we don't have legal right to be here unless... What if I could prove that you and Warden Lagarde are much more closely associated than you claim? I'm sorry. Prove. I think we've been over this, dear boy. You're an ex-prosecutor, remember? Are you even allowed in this part of the courtroom anymore? Miles Edgeworth, I'm the one prosecuting this case. What are you thinking, barging in like this? I'm sorry, Francisca. It's important. May I speak on behalf of the prosecution just briefly? What are you doing? Judge Gavel, I come before the court with important new evidence. I ask that you allow me to present it. Oh, have you lost your mind, dear boy? There's no way this can be allowed. Well, the defense hopes you'll let him, G. Just saying. What's the thinking over on the prosecution side there, Fandango? What the fuck did you just call me? Fine. Prosecution has no objections. Objection. Your objections are neither here nor there. This isn't a democracy. It's a courtroom. And this is flagrant contempt. Isn't that right, Verity? No, as long as Sean's still missing. She'll feel she has no choice but to go along with whatever Winner wants. If only there was some way of telling her he might be found at any moment. Judge Cavell, I would ask only this, that you trust in me and in my assistant. Just this once. Speaking of which, where is Kay Faraday? She's currently searching for the most important piece of evidence of all. Nonsense! There's no evidence to be found! You're just stalling for time! The most important piece of evidence of all, huh? Hey, G, I don't know what this evidence is, but maybe we should trust in Miles' little pal. What do you say? I mean, I say little pal, but she's way more than that. She's the one and only great thief Yatakarasu. Seems Fender has sensed what I'm getting at least. Judge Gavel, the evidence I'm talking about, we're almost certain we know where it is. Kay's only moments away from snatching it from the jaws of danger. Very well. This is highly irregular, but I will allow it. You have my things. Have you all gone completely mad? You said you had important new evidence. Evidence of what, exactly? Just what I said, that Warden Lagarde and Chairman Winner are far better acquainted than he claims. Allow me to present it to you. The letter from inside that one case, that thing, what was it? Where is it? No, not that one. Oh, it was this one, I believe.
Take that!
This document is a report regarding the interrogation of a certain someone. Oh yeah? And who might that be? The late Mr. Bronco Knight, of course. And the interrogation was to be carried out by none other than Warden Lagarde. Wait, is that the interrogation where... Yes, where Knight was killed. This document shows Warden Lagarde planning the interrogation in which Mr. Knight was murdered. This is indeed important evidence. Miles Edgeworth, you referred to the document in question as a report. Would you care to elaborate? To whom was this report addressed? A very good question, Miss Wankama. And the answer is the most important new revelation of all. We recovered this document from a safe in the storeroom on the 51st floor of the big building. That's the storeroom where the lots for the underground auction were kept. It is an auction, if you recall, that was presided over by one Excelsius Winner. And that is to whom the report in question was addressed. Do you still mean to insist that you and Warden Lagarde barely knew one another? Well, we'll refrain from commenting on that matter for the moment, if you don't mind. What? I don't believe it's been conclusively proven that I was the auctioneer yet, was it? Have you forgotten the events of this morning already, when we were literally all right there in your goddamn face? Like, literally, everyone, all 5 of us were there. You yourself included. You were there too. Me, and Francisca, and Eddie, and the judge. We were all there. We watched what happened. You more or less admitted to it. That you're fucking son of a bitch. A thief and a coward. I think I proved that fact more than adequately. I'll admit defeat in that particular arena, yes, but that was not the courtroom. Can you prove the same thing here, my boy? That I was the ringleader, did you call it? And if you can't, then, well, you certainly can't prove that our report was addressed to me. You won't wriggle your way out of this one. So unfair. Tell him verity, please. I'm not being slippery at all. I'm being entirely reasonable, wouldn't you say? Unlike you when you permitted Mr. Edgeworth this bizarre interlude. That was most unlike you. It's saddening, truly it is, to see you failing in your sacred duty to the law. Almost saddening enough to make me want to take drastic measures. Why? What do you keep burning? You're right, of course. Until a fact has been adequately proven in the courtroom, it cannot truly be considered a fact. I'm afraid I have no choice but to ask that Mr. Edgeworth's theory be struck from the record. It's no good. She has to know for certain that Sean is safe. I'm sorry, my boy, but what counts as truth out in the field and in the courtroom are two different things. Well, you see, that is how we keep a hold on all. That is how all corruption works, of course. And you're more than willing to bend the truth in the courtroom. Is that what you're saying? Oh, you're a scurrilous soul. I'll do no such thing. And I'll simply accept the court's verdict as the truth, should it choose to acquit me. As should you. See, this is why, this is why when a court ends, it's either guilty or not guilty and innocent. Technically, you're just considered not guilty in the eyes of the court. Doesn't mean that you're innocent. It's kind of a very important distinction. Like, it basically means the same thing most of the time, but also, if we can't find that missing evidence, we're in trouble here. Well, Verity, I think we've heard about all we need to, don't you? Okay, now's the time for Eustace Winter to come storming in with the lost evidence and be like, guess what, you motherfucking bitch of a dad? Fuck you. Oh, there's no way that evidence is turning up. Ever. A quick not guilty and we can all go home. Please tell me that was Eustace. I heard his voice. He's here. Who said that? Eustace Winter! Dad! Eustace? What are you doing here? Mr. Winter! What is the meaning of this? And where have you been? You can't just have been in your duties like this. I'm sorry. You are unfit to be a prosecutor. You're a complete and utter disgrace. Why, Eustace? Why can you not get it into your head? This is no place for an incompetent fool like you. Dad, That was the coolest face. And I brought some vital evidence. So, can I please, take my place at the prosecutor's bench? Pretty please. Well, Eustace, this is certainly a surprise.
Objection.
Eustace, my boy, what's gotten into you? There's something different about you. What's going on? You had me kidnapped! Dad, Come on, my boy. Spit it out. What is it? Do you want Daddy to play catch with you? That's it, isn't it? Alright. Why don't you run along home and I'll be with you soon. Get back on the stand right now! What's gotten into you, child? You're shaking like a leaf.
Objection.
Judge Cavell, the prosecutor in charge has arrived, along with important new evidence. This trial is far from over. Surely you can't call into proceedings just yet. No objections from team defense. Only wish we could have our original team captain say that herself, though. The prosecution has no objections either, although I do appear to be getting upstaged. It's fine, whatever. long as we get this these two motherfuckers in jail, that's all that matters. I'll have my revenge, you foolish fools, but not today. Today we work together. Do you think this farce is going to continue? There's no chance of that. None at all. Isn't that right, Vanity? He still thinks he was successful in his bid to kidnap Sean, but we know different. Sadly, as long as the boy remains missing, nothing changes. Judge Gavel's hands are still tied. Come on, Kay. Phone call. Oh, that is a phone ringing. That sounds. It's her cell phone. Mine is also ringing. Whoa! I'm getting a call too. Mr. Edgeworth! Mr. Fender! We found Sean! We found Sean! Detective, you did it! The most important piece of evidence of all, huh? That's some stellar work, you great thiefness. Thanks. We just thought you should know right away. See you all soon. Judge Cavell, it's for you. Yeah, put her boy on the line! Let's go! Hello? Yes. Yes, I understand. So glad you're safe. Be sure to thank everybody properly. You'll do that for me, won't you? Alright. Be careful. I'll see you back at home. Oh, she's gonna be fucking pissed now. Here, oh no. The proceedings will continue, you murderous kidnapping piece of shit. Well, now that doesn't sound very judge-like. Bite me. I feel a certain freedom returning to my hammer arm. No! How? Is this some idiotic joke? It is no such thing. The witness will return to the stand, and Mr. Winner will step up to the prosecutor's bench. Yes, ma'am. Eustace Winner. Yeah? I leave matters in your hands. Huh? Facing down your own father. That won't be easy. I'll be looking on with interest. Don't disappoint me. And I'll help. Very well. Is the prosecution ready to proceed? Mr. Winner, you mentioned some evidence that you wish to present to the court. Yeah, so, the knife and the chisel. Oh, you tracked down the missing murder majigs? Well, Mr. Winner, did you, about that, I couldn't find them. I searched everywhere, but I was too late. Too late? How so? I remembered something. I saw Dad in the garage this morning. He was carrying something wrapped in newspaper. Where are you going, Dad? Oh, Eustace, I was, just on my way to throw out some trash. And then I heard this tinkling sound. Tinkling, huh? Let me guess. The bell for Mr. Connis's chisel. You mean to tell the court that you believe the witness disposed of the evidence? Unfortunately, we don't have proof. I tried my best, but I was too late. I'm sorry. You said you looked everywhere. Everywhere where? Literally everywhere. I even went to the dump. I got down on my hands and knees and dug through the garbage. I figured that stuff had to be in there somewhere. So that's what he was doing. And he even went so far as to search the dump. But did you search both dumps? But all I found was this. And this is a little pungent, for one thing. Yeah, and you're a little on the ripe side yourself, kiddo. I can smell you from here. What do you expect? And the knife? It's probably somewhere in among all that trash. There is too much to go through on my own. Very well. The court will accept the item you have presented as evidence. You really have outdone yourself, Eustace. I want to see it. You never fail to disappoint, dear boy. You dug through rotten garbage with your bare hands, and that's all you have to show for it. It wasn't bare hands, I had gloves on. These gloves that now horribly need to be washed. Oh, you drive me to tears, really you do.
Objection.
Might be a little soon to turn on the waterworks just yet, Dad. Let's take a closer look first. If you wish to waste your time, be my guest. Hey, Eustace, Miles, do this devastatingly handsome old defense attorney a favor, will you? Hit this guy full in the face with the truth. It seems Fender's on board. Good. Then let's see if we can find an opening. Mr. Winner, could you show me the piece of evidence you found? Sure. Alright, let's see. Hello. Let's open it up, shall we? We can only hope there's something of value inside. The bell! Could this be the bell that was on Mr. Connis's chisel? And we know for a goddamn fact that only 2 of these bells exist in the world. One on the chisel and one on the dog. Perhaps there's some trace evidence that can prove that one way or another. It's no good. Look at it, it's spotless. Well, Mr. Winner, do tell, was there anything interesting inside your little scrap of paper? Look, of course there wasn't. Why would there be? Or why wasn't even accepted into evidence? It's literally a piece of trash. Sorry, gentlemen, but the truth hurts. Well, Eustace's efforts for nothing. It's true the mail may not be of use to us as evidence. Nonetheless, come on, Edgeworth, we can't give up yet. As calm and collected as ever, I see, Miles. Unlike my poor idiot son there. Are we to assume that the prosecution has nothing more to say on the matter? Very well.
Objection.
Eustace? Not so fast, Cabell. We're not done yet. There's one thing we still haven't looked at properly. Really, my boy, you want us to believe there's more. Desperation is never a good look, you know. Seems Eustace isn't quite ready to give up just yet. And for once, I think we're both thinking the same thing. Namely, that we might not necessarily be dealing with a useless piece of trash. We can't know for sure without looking more clearly, but if I'm right, we're talking about a newspaper? I'm talking about the piece of newspaper the bell was wrapped in. Seems really we're thinking the same thing. Ah, it's beautiful, really it is. Tear-jerkingly so. Some might call it heroic optimism. Some might call it clutching at straws. But whatever one calls it, to put all one's faith in a worthless piece of garbage, that takes belief. Let's take a closer look and see if it's as worthless as you say, shall we? Eustace, if you'd be so kind. Dirty handprint that reads death just like the goddamn fucking whatchamacallit. His glove. Are these finger marks? And look, it's covered in some sort of oil. Judge Cavell, I'd like to have this examined for fingerprints. Can I request that you call on somebody from forensics? Very well. Summon a technician right away. That's not even remotely necessary. It reads death on it. Like, look at it. That's clearly A, a handprint, and B, a handprint that says death on the fingers. Gee, where the fuck have we seen that before? Where, oh where, have we seen the words death on a dirty-ass fucking glove before? I'm gonna pop motherfuckers in the head. Give them a right good smack. Idiots. Idiots, all of them. Mainly, especially Miles. We're confirmed to be finger marks. Unfortunately, it looks like they were made by somebody wearing gloves. No! Oh dear. Well, that doesn't give you... Are we stupid? Are we all idiots? Is everyone here a moron? I have to ask this question seriously. This feels important. Is there no brain in there? Well, that doesn't give me much... Well, I suppose it makes sense if you think about it. After all, this was important evidence. And what kind of idiot would handle something like that without gloves on? What kind of idiot leaves... Fucking God, I hate I'm going to murder. Oh, that's right. The kind that would flail about desperately like you, my boy. Wow, way to talk to your kids, Super Dad. I'm merely calling a spade, or in this case, an idiot, an idiot. Real winners know to keep their emotions out of things. And to take no pity on the weak and the foolish, including their own ineffective offspring. You spent the last who knows how long proclaiming yourself to be a prize-winning prosecutor. Thanks to my little pep talk this morning, you finally know exactly how those prizes were won. It was all thanks to me. Thanks to the power I wield. Okay, hold on. I know that you're not on trial right now, technically, but, like, you're still straight up admitting to, like, some shit in the courtroom right now. You've never stood on your own 2 feet. You've always been coddled. First by me, then by vanity. Dad? Oh, dry your garbage-smelling tears. Garbage-smelling? Not that it's a stench that doesn't suit you, even if it does make me turn up my nose in disgust. No, you're wrong. I am, my boy. Wrong about what? I'm not the one that smells, you are! What did you say? Are you oh wait, what is this, a childish fight now? Yeah! You smell, and you don't even realize it. You couldn't hide it even if you wanted to. Edgeworth, take a sniff. Right there where the finger marks are. You want me to smell it? Is that oil? Yep, and I know where it came from. Wait, I know it from somewhere too. It smells of engine oil in here. That odor tells us something. Something important. It tells exactly who threw this piece of evidence away. But I guess my dad's right. I guess I'll never be a real winner. I'll never be able to keep my emotions out of things. Why is that his coolest look? Why do you actually look cool when you're looking up like that and you have one of your eyes covered? You actually don't look like a dork. And I'll never be able to stand up to him, no matter what he's done. Eustace. Be strong, Eustace. Remember what you told me. You said you were going to be different from your father, a different kind of prosecutor. And you are a prosecutor. We both are. That's why we're standing here in this courtroom. Looks to your lapel where there's no longer a badge. Are you sure about that, Edgeworth? A prosecutor's highest responsibility is to the truth, to see that it comes to light, no matter what. We expose crimes, and we see that their perpetrators are punished, no matter who they may be. So if you truly mean to continue on as a prosecutor, you know what you have to do. I made you a promise. I said that if you could summon the courage to find your feet again, I'd help you. This isn't something you have to do alone. I'm here. I'm right beside you. Thanks, Edgeworth. You're much better at that than he ever was. Well, you're right. Those fingerprints tie my dad to this crime. Wait, holy shit. Why are we suddenly Eustace? Hello? Character swap? Character change? The smell you pointed out to me, Eustace. It's the smell of engine oil, isn't it? Motorcycle oil, even. Yep, and we both smelled it before in the same place. Yes, in Chairman Winner's garage. What's more, these finger marks figure some distinctive patterns, don't they? The outlines of the letters D, E, A, T, and H. The same letters that appear on the fingers of these gloves. Gloves that can be bought in any store. How does that prove anything, dear boy? Oh, indeed. That's not the only thing that connects your gloves to the piece of newspaper we found. Let's look again at the scrap of paper. And compare it to the gloves we found in Chairman Winner's garage. There's a feature that undeniably they're dirty and oily as fuck. This right here. Wait, what? What do you mean you can't see it? It's right fucking- I hate you. And only these gloves. It's the stain. It's the. Didn't I point out the stain? I was like, look. Stain. Look how stained this shit is.
Take that!
You motherfuckers. You want me to point out the letters? But we already did the letters. Here's the thing. Oh, the A. Because the A is partially busted. I didn't notice that before. But because they were like, those guns can be waltz anywhere. Okay, well we know it's yours because of all the oil and the dirt and all. Look at the letter A on the finger. Half of it is missing, exactly as it is on the print on the newspaper. What? I would also like to draw the court's attention to the dirt the glove. See, that's what I was trying to point out. I think it might be worth having a composition committed out of the dirt on the newspaper. A match would make for even stronger evidence that the print was made by Chairman Winner's gloves. Officer, have the dirt on these two pieces of evidence compared right away. Curse you, Edgeworth, and you, Eustace. Who do you think you are? Oh shit, damn it, my beard. Fuck. We're nothing but mere prosecutors. Sorry, Dad. I think it's time you admit defeat. You suppressed vital evidence, and we just proved that in a court of law. And you did it to try and protect the defendant. What? Do you think you're going to be able to make that stick? You think they'll send me to prison? Me? You think you'll be the one to finally take me down? You're a fool, child. A fool!
Objection!
Let's give it up, Dad. I meant what you did. You think you'll stand a chance without me around? You won't last 5 minutes. You know what? I think I might be okay. All I ever wanted was become a prosecutor. To make you proud. After your men kidnapped me, and I was lying in there in the dark all on my own, I got to thinking how powerless I was in all of this because of you. I almost gave up. I almost lost sight of the truth. But then Edgeworth appeared out of nowhere and showed me a way forward. I don't need your approval anymore, and I don't need you. After all, I found that evidence on my own, didn't I? My men kidnapped you? What are you talking about? I guess the courtroom is as good a place as any to tell you the truth, Dad. Be careful what you say to me, boy. You may live to regret it. You're a fool, Eustace, and you always will be. I know you've hated me as long as I can remember. But I want you to know that despite it all, I've always looked up to you as my dad. Thanks for everything, Excelsius. And goodbye. You! When did you... You need me, dang it! You can't possibly survive without me! Eustace! Hack. Hack, hack. Cough, cough. The court hereby accepts that vital evidence in this case was suppressed by Chairman Winner, excuse me. That crime will be tried and appropriate punishment decided at a future date. But for now, we must turn to the matter of the knife and the chisel, which still have not been found. However, I believe a full search of the garbage facility may well remedy that. Oh, what? You're going to dig through all that trash for the knife, darling? But then... Don't worry, Word in the God. I'm sure your punishment won't be too unpleasant. Oh yeah, no, there's not a single bad... Oh, hi Maya. I'm postured, I promise. There's not a single bad family in the bunch. All of them are great. They're perfect. I'm hydrating. Let's think, who has a good family? I mean, to be fair, Phoenix has a pretty good family. Him and Trudy, or Trucy, and Apollo, and Athena, and Edgeworth sometimes. They're a good family, with Black Quill also off to the side. And don't forget the lesbian. Actually, now that I think about it, the Phoenix Wright family tree, by virtue of adoption and... There's a cooldown on Uwu. Oh my god, that's really funny. What about Gabelle? Gabelle so far seems fine. Her and her son seem to be doing good. But yeah, if we look at the Phoenix Wright family tree, there's Phoenix Wright, his adopted daughter Trucy Wright, and her parents, who, you know, there was some stuff going on over there, but don't worry about that too much. And of course, his other adopted children. Oh yeah, Sean Finn, the kid who was kidnapped, is her son. We learned that last week. What was I saying? Yeah. We also have other adopted children of the Wright family, Athena and Apollo. And Athena has Uncle Blackquill, and you cannot tell me otherwise, because her mom was 100% a lesbian with Blackquill's sister. Hi, Maya. Which, you know, there was a little bit going on there with her when we first met her, but, you know, things calmed down after that. And then, of course, there's also, you know, Trucy and Apollo's mom. And, of course, there's also, Apollo actually did have some family issues in Spirit of Justice with his adopted brother and father, with his adopted family. But you know what? That all got settled. But they're also part of the extended Phoenix Wright family tree. And you know what? We can even include Maya and Kay now in that family tree as well, because they're connected to, well, Maya especially. Just because she's basically family with Phoenix by now. But, you know, Kay and Gumshoe are kind of like family to Edgeworth, and Edgeworth is married to Phoenix Wright, so. Oh, you devil! Punish? What? Impossible! Excelsius, you blithering buffoon! What did you do? What did you do? All your swaggering bluster about it never declared me guilty, and now this! You were the one I went to after they arrested me, because you made me believe I could trust you. And not only did you kidnap a child to try and help me, it didn't even work! Idiot! You feckless, useless idiot of a man! An unsightly outburst, to say the least. But an informative one, too. Wouldn't you agree, Eustace? And also one that straight up just... Now we don't even need to do digging in the trash. Digging in the trash? Don't need it. She just admitted it to it on court. Yeah, she really let some juicy info slip there, right? She did, right? Yes, she did. We really need to work on your confidence. Very well. Then it seems we may be able to bring these proceedings to an end at last.
Not so fast!
Now what? Was that Lang? What's Agent Lang doing here? Who's that? What the fuck is the lone... Yep, he's here. I knew it. I was right. Hey, Lang. What up? Sorry, Judge Cabell. Your happy ending will have to wait. Lang Z says the end of the trial is not necessarily the end of the matter. Who are you? Just a lonely lone wolf. That's a lonely lone wolf investigator by the name of Shilong Lang. And you have some sort of objections to these proceedings, I take it? No, really. Your suspect over there is guilty for sure. Guiltier than you know. Ling. Like, Ling from 12 years ago? Yep, good to see that you're finally about to pay for your crimes. Even if it did take a while for you to get what was coming to you. Agent Lang, explain yourself. Are you familiar with the SS5 incident? I certainly am. It happened 12 years back. Wait, 12 years? That number keeps coming up. Yeah. Different person, 12 years ago. This all will be connected to Agent Lang's father and his relationship with the president somehow. Fifi Lagarde, an Excelsius winner. In the flesh. I've waited a long time for this day. You're 27, so you were 15 when that happened? Okay, just wanted to make sure. After all, you're the ones who threw my family name into the dirt. Are we to assume you have some personal connection to the incident in question? I know, but I'm not here to talk about the past. Not yet, anyhow. Right now, I'm here for you, Cavell. Me. You and one other person. Hey, Sean, he's alive. He's okay. We got him back. Sean! You're both under arrest. On suspicion of having conspired to murder Dijon Wang, president of Zhangfa. Excuse me? Where's your evidence, Agent Lang? All in good time, Mr. Prosecutor. We haven't even started our investigation yet. Then don't fucking arrest! We're arresting you and the child. Child, congratulations, you're being arrested. Good news, you're being arrested with mom. Where's your evidence? Oh, well, we don't have that yet. How come you how come it's always the antagonist that can go, I declare this, and it's like, where's your evidence? Don't worry, we're working on that. I'm like, what the fuck? But if I say this, and you say, where's the evidence, and I say, I'm working on that, you say, haha, you're a loser, you can't do that. What am I, chopped liver? I want my suspects on the scene with me while I look everything over again. What have you uncovered, Agent Lang? I need to know. Guilty until proven innocent. I mean, that's definitely how, yeah. That's Ace Attorney for you. If you've got a problem, you're more than welcome to tag along. Oh, believe me, I will. Sean doesn't look the least bit chuffed that he's being arrested. The end of the trial is not necessarily the end of the matter. We certainly haven't come anywhere close to solving the mystery of the president's murder. It's hypocrisy, double standards, that kind of bullshit. Or uncovering the truth behind these so-called monster sightings. But, or figuring out who that was on the phone. Yes, I'd say the matter is far from over yet. But what did they find at the dump where they found Sean? Like, they found Sean, but was there any other evidence? Have we talked to him about his kidnapper? Anything else? I would like more information. Please, to be continued immediately. If we can at least finish one more part of this 5-part episode, I'll be happy. And, could you maybe calm down a little? Calm down? No way, Jose! Not till y'all come clean. It's for your own good, dang it! Our intrepid reporters refuse to give up. Our intrepid reporters refuse to give up, even in the face of repeated stonewalling from the crew. Look, you ladies need to stop harassing these people, or I have to ask you to... You cops sure got a lot of nerve. Y'all the ones who let Tarasaurus run wild. Hoping to hide the fact that they bred this menace themselves, the staff cling desperately to their story. But we're really not breeding anything. This is a movie set. There's the gal who told me she done seen Goldie with her own dang eyes. Sure, I saw something, but that doesn't mean we're keeping monsters here. Alright, break it up. Oh, Mr. Etchworth. And Sean. Y'all are on the trail of this here monster infestation too, huh? No, we're on the trail of a criminal. Langzi says, the darkness of a criminal's heart can sometimes be compared to a monster. That is to say, a killer is no different from a monster, really. Agent Lang, this is highly irregular, sir. We can't allow members of the public into the crime scene. These people are important witnesses. I need them to be here. Well, Agent Lang, here we are. Where do you intend to begin? Let's start by summing up the facts. President Wang's body was discovered here this morning. Yes? He hadn't been seen since the night before last. Yes, he slipped off without his bodyguards noticing, if I remember correctly. So he was missing for over a day. And the last person to see him alive was you, Judge Cavell, on the roof of the big building. Why is Sean sweating? Sean, I have a question for you, Sean. Sean, this is a very important question. This is a very important question. Why is your milk sweating? Why is your milk carton sweating? That ain't condensation. Why did the two of you arrange to meet? I'm sorry, but I can't say. Not even to defend yourself from an accusation of murder. Why can't you just tell us? Please, Judge Gavelle, we're trying to help you. Ha! She can't say because she'll only incriminate herself more. I know you had something to do with the president's murder, and I'm going to prove it.
Objection!
You said yourself that the body was only found this morning. How do you explain the time that passed between Judge Gavelle's meeting with the president and then? The second I said... That's funny. That's exactly what I'm hoping we're about to find out. I'm particularly interested in what happened last night. So why don't you tell us exactly how it all went down, Sean Finn? Me? We know you were here on the set last night. You were, Sean. We have testimony from the woman over there and forensic evidence from the footprints that proves it. Came back to run your lines, right? What? You were spying on me? Oh, I'm sorry. I was just making sure you were okay. It was late. I was worried about you. How many times do I have to tell you? I don't need you to worry about me. Sean, that's no way to talk to an adult. She was trying to look out for you. Apologize this instant. Sorry. I've told you before, I won't have you speaking to people that way. Wow, this is a whole new Judge Gavelle. That's how platypus lactates? You know what? For some reason, my brain was thinking about milk sweats. And I was like, why does that sound familiar? Why does milk sweats a thing that came to mind? Platypus. Yep, that'll do it. This is a whole new Judge Gavelle. It seems she's just as strict with this son as she is with those who break the law. Are you listening to me? If I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times, you must... Rant, nag, nag, nag. I'm your mother. You don't have a father, probably. Otherwise, none of this would have happened. Blah, 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 blah. And I hope you know how much I love you. And I want you to remember that, alright? Can we get on with the investigation now? That was like an entire half-hour lecture. Oh, of course. Forgive me. I don't think I've ever seen her so passionate about anything. I guess Judge Gavelle, the mother, will take a little getting used to. Bye, Maya. Thank you for the lurk. We'll see you later. Hope it goes well for ya. Are we to understand that you're accusing Sean of being involved somehow, Agent Lang? I just want the truth. I need to know why the president was killed. And by who. And I don't care what it takes. I'm going to find out, even if I have to traumatize this 13-year-old boy. And reminder that their age thing still doesn't line up properly. There's still something weird going on here with their ages. How is he 13 if she's 26? Or how is she 26 if he's 13? No comprende. What do you mean Will Powers is younger than Judge Gavelle? Looks like comparing me to pretty much anyone else I know. I guess it makes sense for him to be so determined. The president was practically family to him. If they're old enough to go on a Pokemon journey, they're old enough for interrogation. I'm gonna be real, I don't think 10 is even old enough for a Pokemon journey. Alright, look. My continuous thought about the real relation between Gavelle and Sean is that he's younger than we think. He's actually younger than 13. Or they're brother and sister, but he was probably born around the time that, but maybe she was born and around the time that their parents died, and she basically raised him all by herself for 13 years. Which explains a lot about her as a person. That's my guess. My guess is either there's an age thing that's wrong, or they're actually siblings or cousins or whatever, and Sean and parents are dead, parents died, and Sean needed someone to take care of him, and that was Gavel. That was Verity, despite being only a child herself. I mean, and most of the video games, yeah, 10 years old. But, like, that's kind of insane when you think about it. Like, obviously everything works fine in the video games and the anime, usually. Usually. But if Digimon's taught me anything, absolutely not. That's dangerous. How many times has Ash almost died? How many times did Ash actually die and then just get brought back to life? The answer is a lot. And the boy's an idiot. I don't even think Ash can do math. Perhaps you could tell us what happened last night. Fine by me. I've got nothing to hide. I had a bad day yesterday. Messed up a couple of takes. We were scheduled to shoot the same scene again today, so I put in some extra practice. And that's what I did. That simple. It's not like I haven't done it before. It was fine. Nothing happened. You've been rehearsing late at night again? When I called you yesterday evening, Sean, you said you were at the hotel. Called him. Around what time? That must have been 11 p.m. or thereabouts. It's one of our rules. When Sean stays away from home, we have to speak every night. Yeah, well, I wasn't at the hotel. I was here on set. So you lied to me! Sorry. Ooh, now she's mad. I think it's kind of amazing how hard he wants to work on his acting, though. Nonetheless, a parent can't help but worry. A child alone late at night, anything could happen to him. And indeed it did. He got himself entangled in this case. But he said nothing happened, right? He did, although I can't help but wonder if he was telling the truth.
Hold it!
So you wanted to rehearse your lines in preparation for the reshoots? Yeah, it caused enough trouble for everybody messing things up the first time around. I wasn't about to do that again. I'm a pro. One can only admire his dedication and his sense of responsibility to his co-workers. Sean takes his work so seriously. He's a real inspiration to everybody. Even the takes he said he messed up, it wasn't like there was actually a problem. He just wanted to make them as good as they could be. He always says that even a tiny bit better is... Shut up! Why do you always have to say stuff people don't need to hear? Oh, sorry, Sean. Could maybe work on his people skills a little more. I think this is just him being a teenager and not knowing how to talk and just being awkward around people. Anyways, as I was saying...
Hold it!
Are you sure about that? Oh, what do you mean? Of course I'm sure. It was just a regular evening, nothing out of the ordinary. Huh? A regular evening? How can you say that? So I'm just, okay, he's just a child. Mustn't be too hard on him. Nothing happened. Really. Nothing to do with the case anyway. At least that's what it sounds like he wants us to believe. But wait, don't we have some evidence related to what happened last night? We do, this one. Yeah, the footprint was there. That's the confusing thing. We do, and we also don't have time to be humoring the lies of a child. Let's use what we have to point out the contradiction as testimony. Oh, wrong button.
Objection!
Objection! Nothing happened. I'm sorry, but you're lying. This proves it beyond a doubt. Oh wait, how did you... That's right, your rehearsal tape. What? You have video footage from last night? We do, and if you watch it, you'll see that it was no ordinary evening. There's a footprint there already. Well, there is. I'm not sure that's an everyday sight, even on a film set. Sean, why would you keep this from me? No reason.
Not so fast.
Liar! That stuff might work on your mommy, kid, but it's not going to work on me. I want Judge Cavell to bring the hammer down on Lang. I think it'd be funny. Just bring it. Don't talk to my boy that way, you son of a bitch. Why did you hide the tape? Sean, you have to tell us. You? Look, I don't want anybody to see me rehearsing, okay? I don't like it. I mean, that just sounds like a real thing to me. So you were embarrassed, is that it? Yeah, so what's so weird about that?
So fast.
That's why you didn't hand over vital evidence? Sean, how could you? Yeah. Is his backpack just full of milk? Oh, give me a break. You know about it now, don't you? Sure, the footprint was there, but I just ran my lines and went home. That was it. What, and nothing about the giant monster footprint struck you as weird? It's a giant monster footprint! On the set of a giant monster movie. It's not like there isn't all kinds of other weird stuff around here. I don't buy that for a second. Gee, there's something hinky about this kid, sure as I'm standing right here. Tank Skippy there is. He's having to scoop under them there horns, and my name ain't Lightheart. Ah, shut up, both of you. I'm done talking. No, you're not. What? The footprint is the only strange thing about last night. What other unusual occurrence happened yesterday evening? What else was? Oh, right, this.
Take that.
The model of Torosaurus' head fell from the roof of the trailer last night. Do you expect us to believe that you knew nothing about that? I don't know what you're talking about. Is that so? I told you, I ran my lines, I went home. That was it. What do I know about some stupid falling head? Or are you saying you can prove I know something? Do we have evidence? I don't know if we do. Sadly not. It's entirely possible the head fell after Sean left. No proof, and this conversation is over. Something tells me he doesn't want to talk about last night any more than is absolutely necessary. What does he hide?
So fast.
Own it right there. What is it, Agent Lang? So... It's just as I thought. Thanks, Mr. Prosecutor. This footage of yours backs up my theory nicely. What? There was something else on that tape? Yep. Look closely. See the costume up in the top left? Oh yeah, the Torosaurus suit. Something's different. Do you see it? Is the bat gone? I'm not sure. He's just kind of hanging out and looking a little saggy. Oh, and the zipper on his back is done up tight. The zipper? Oh no! Oh no! The zipper's open on this video. Oh no! Huh? That's... Yeah, I guess you all see it now, right? On the tape, the zipper's wide open. Why? Because somebody's inside the suit, that's why. What? Mr. Powers, that zipper. What can you tell us about it? Oh, we always close up tight when the suit isn't in use. That's right, Mr. Prosecutor. And do you remember something else I said not so long ago? Let me refresh your memory. Ah, shit. You're saying the body could have been hidden in the Torosaurus suit. That's exactly what I'm saying. Isn't that right, Cavell? You pushed the president off the roof just like I said. Then you hid the body inside that costume. I most certainly did not. Protest all you like, I'm not going to believe you. You're the only person who could have done this. You have no proof. I thought we already proved that would have been impossible. The movie set was locked at the time. There's no way Judge Cavell would have been able to get in here. What if she had an accomplice? Oh no. Oh no. He's gonna be like, what if her own son let her into the movie set? It's like, I'm pretty sure that's not what happened. I've got a little theory for you. I think you're going to like it. I hate you. You are accusing a 13-year-old child. Is a 13-year-old capable of committing murder? Yes. Is this still a fucked up thing for you to do? Yes. What if Sean was waiting down here when Cavell pushed? That's kind of really fucked up. Imagine how fucked up that is. Okay, kid, you're gonna wait right here. I'm gonna push your man off, and he's gonna die right in front of you when he hits the ground. I was like, cool, Mom. Don't worry. I got this. This is one of the dumbest things I think I've ever seen in Ace Attorney, and that is fucking saying something. Did he give a reason for Sean doing it? Probably in a moment he will. I mean, you know what his reason's going to be? Well, I mean, that's his mom. Of course he's going to help her out. He's going to do whatever for her. He doesn't care. It's whatever. It's his mom. Still insane. If the two of them were working together, the problem with the lock goes away. They then work to hide the body together too, by dragging it over to the Taurosaurus suit and stuffing it inside. You think the murder was really that carefully planned? It was the assassination of a world leader. It could only have been carefully planned. Or it could have been an accident. Or it could have been an accident. To suggest that Sean could have been involved in this it's unthinkable. You're my prime suspect. What makes you think I'm going to listen to a word you say? What about motive? What reason would either of them have to kill President Wang? Who knows? But we'll find out soon enough. I hate you! I hate you! Where's your proof? Where's your proof? Where's your proof and evidence? Well, I don't have it yet, but don't worry. We're gonna get it. Alright, here's my theory. Where's your proof and evidence? Don't worry, we're gonna get it. Oh, too bad. That's not gonna work. Boom! You lose. Alright, well, fuck you. Fuck you, you fucking double standard having motherfucking wolf bastard. You know what? Actually, no. You don't get to deserve being called a wolf. You do not deserve to be called a wolf. You're a goddamn puppy barking at every little thing that moves. You're like a little chihuahua, a baby chihuahua. You go yap, yap, yap whenever something happens. You hear a soft noise behind you, yap, 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 yap. Soft noise over there, yap, 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 yap. You see someone moving, yap, 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 yap. See something not moving, yap, 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 yap. Yep, the goddamn TV. Chihuahuas are cute though. I say chihuahuas are cute, but I'm not changing what I said. That Lang is a chihuahua puppy. Like, you're worse than Biscuit, Lang. And Biscuit is still actively bitey. She was the last one to meet with him, and she won't tell us why. Pretty darn suspicious. Even you have to agree with that. Judge Cavell, I don't suppose I can convince you to share any more details. My apologies, but that is one thing I cannot do. However, rest assured, should that ever change, you will be the first to know. So please, you have to believe me? Yeah, murderers have a habit of saying that. What about you, kid? Any weak excuses to offer? If so, now's the time to get them off your chest. You are traumatizing a 13-year-old boy. Pah, I've got nothing to say to you. I'm innocent. Both as tight-lipped as each other, huh? But let me guess, you're still going to try and stick up for them. Hey, a dumbass. Even innocent people are tight-lipped. A, because don't talk to cops. B, don't talk to cops. C, don't talk to cops. And D, they just don't have anything to fucking say here. Sometimes you just ain't got anything to say. And also E, don't talk to cops. Just don't. Don't do it. I would say don't do it without a lawyer present. A lawyer is present, still don't do it. Like, unless your lawyer tells you to, I guess, but talk through your lawyer, not... I'm so glad that I've never had to deal with this, but my understanding is talk through your lawyer. Don't talk, not even talking alongside your lawyer, just like, that's why you always see, like, whisper, whisper, whisper. My client would like to blah, blah, blah. And never, I would like to blah, blah, blah. Because the lawyered person is better at saying the words. The lawyer person knows the words better than you. Let the lawyer person speak. That's true. Judge Gavel's actions certainly make her seem suspicious, but nothing she has told us amounts to a motive for murder, even the suggestion of one. No, and like I said, I'm leaving motive aside for now because I'm a fucking prickhead. For the moment, I'm focusing on means and opportunity. And for my money, these two had to be working together for their little plot to succeed. Why can I not talk about the fact that he's a 13-year-old boy? Here, let me press him on this line specifically to be like, fuck you, what the fuck are you talking about? You are seriously suggesting that a child could have been an accomplice in this murder. Look at him, he's still in elementary school. There's no way a kid that young would be involved in something like this. I think I mentioned that he's in junior high, right? Shh, just go along with it. Long Z says, Lang Z, whatever. Pity no wolf, be he cub or grizzled elder. I did not misspeak at all. You didn't hear anything. We're moving on. Doesn't matter how young he is. If he's guilty, he's guilty. And he'll be treated as such. We have juvenile court for a reason. You know this, right? Does Japan have juvenile... Hold on. Now we need to go find out. Does Japan not have juvenile court? Juvenile cases, Under the age of 14, come under the jurisdiction of the family court, only when it refers them to the family court. Like in adult criminal process, there is no jury system in the juvenile process? Huh. I guess that explains why there's no jury in the Ace Attorney games. Explains a lot. Under the age of 14 shall not be okay. The acts of a person under the age of 14 shall not be punished. Moreover, what else? According to Japanese juvenile law, under the age of 20, the family court in principle shall not transfer the case to the public prosecutor for imposing a criminal disposition, except for certain cases. Current law, even those who possess criminal capacity should be treated with protective measures in principle. Blah, blah, blah. Wrong to control one's activities. But the penal code denies the criminal capability of minors under the age of 14, however, is not towards meaning that person. Based upon a viewpoint of criminal policy, is better to abstain from punishing from such minors in order to prevent future crimes. Basically, what I'm hearing, from a very brief glance, is they're definitely not treated anywhere near as harshly as regular, but you know, sometimes it can still be bad. Oh, wolf cubs have it hard, huh? I'm surprised at you, Mr. Prosecutor. You're saying he deserves mercy just because of his age? Of course not. I'm saying that there's no way he did this, and I'm going to prove it to you. I'll look forward to it, but be warned, I'm only just getting warmed up. Okay, here's the thing. Miles may not be calling out that he's incapable of doing this. I'm not gonna say he's incapable of doing this. I'm saying that this is your first thought. There's something wrong with your fucking brain. There's something wrong with you. If without any fucking evidence, this is the theory that you're sticking to.
Hold it!
Goes away how exactly? I thought you might try this, but you and I both know exactly how. Make it nice and simple for you. First, she pushes the president off the roof. Okay, then the kid opens the combination lock because he knows the code. Gotcha. Okay, the other way around. And that's it. It's that simple. No more lock to worry about, and no more objections about her not being able to get in because she didn't know the code. That would explain away the problem of the lock, if it's true. Thank you for your clear and incisive explanation. Will it shut me out for good? No. They even worked to hide. Where is your evidence? Evidence! What if the two of them were working together? Why would they need to hide the body for a full day? Well, look at the situation right in front of you. Thanks to that little ruse, we're still puzzling over what they were up to even now. But if you'll let me speak, I can clear up this whole mess once for all. But you have no evidence you are traumatizing a child and his mother.
Hold it!
Where is your proof? The video footage doesn't show the inside of the suit. You can't say for certain that there was a body in there at the time, can you? Maybe not, but we can take a look right now. Let's open it up and see what's inside. I put money on us finding proof that it was there. Do you mind if we examine the suit, Mr. Powers? Oh, not at all. Might be a little ripe, though. Gets pretty sweaty in there. It's filthy. Wait, isn't that the same or whatever bullshit? Okay, look. Fucking get Excelsior's winner the fuck out here. I knew he had something to do with this because there was the stain on the president's front, on his chest, the fucking oil stain, and now there's whatever the fucking that white stuff is. I don't fucking know what. That's weird. I always clean it out pretty good. If you don't, it can get kind of moldy. In other words, what we're looking at is proof that somebody other than you used the costume. That dirt in there must have come from the body. I guess the president was lying right in the middle of that footprint. He probably would have gotten pretty dirty. Exactly. Well, everybody, that still doesn't explain anything. It must be from when the body... I mean, yeah, I'll agree with that. That's fine.
Hold it!
If the dirt is from when the body was hidden inside the suit, we're assuming that it came directly from the body, correct? Ha! What are you even talking about? Of course we are. Where else would it have come from? It really is pretty filthy in there, huh? The dirt got everywhere, especially around the part where the chest would have been. The chest? I think that might be an important clue. This theory hangs together pretty well, I have to say. It's certainly the case that they could have carried out the murder if they were working together, but I don't think we stand to gain much by disputing that. So what do we do instead? We listen carefully to his testimony once more, and see if we can tease out anything of value. Except we already...
Objection!
Okay, good, that was correct. I'm good. Whew, I pressed the wrong button, but it was still correct. I pressed the wrong button, but it was right. We're gonna say I did that on purpose, and you're all gonna trust me, right? So our assumption is that the inside of the suit is dirty because the dirt came from the body. Would it be safe to say that's the case? Why? Is there a problem? The part of the suit directly in front of the opening is particularly dirty. Yeah, it really is. But look at the victim. The area of his body that would have been in contact with that part of the suit isn't dirty at all. If the victim had been crammed in there as you suggest, his chest would surely be covered in dirt. Fine, so what's your explanation? How did all that dirt get inside there? Based on the videotape, there may well have been somebody in the suit at the time. So who was it if it wasn't the president? The murderer! Come on, Kate, think. Where was it? Is something the matter, Kay? I've seen dirt like that somewhere else, I'm sure of it. I just don't remember where I could have seen dirt like that. It's such a unique looking dirt, but I don't know where it came from. It's just so familiar for some reason. It's the darndest thing. Strangest thing that I just don't know where that dirt came from. I guess I'll never know. I guess I'll take it to my grave. Oh, not being able to figure this out will be the death of me. Trying to think of more puns is hard. We're moving on. I just can't think where. Dirt with weird little gray bits in it. Gray bits. She's right. There is something mixed in there. It was stuck to something else we looked at. Lots of it. Stuck to something we looked at. An item of evidence, maybe. That's probably worth checking. I just did. There's one of the items. Yes. Yes. This one, motherfucker. Excelsior's winner's goddamn fucking gloves. As Kay put it out, the dust in the suit contained small flecks of something gray. And? We discovered similar flecks stuck to an item belonging to somebody we recently had dealings with. The item in question being these gloves. You're right. The dirt does look similar. But so what? What are you saying this stuff is? What exactly are these gray flecks of yours? I believe the gray flecks are concrete. Probably. From where the monster thing broke. Surely the flecks of concrete. Oh, like all the little broken up bits around the footprints, you mean? Exactly. And who did the gloves on which we found similar dirt and grey flecks belong to? Chairman Winner! We found them in his garage! That's right. We visited the garage at his home earlier today, and we found a pair of mechanics gloves covered in dirt. And if I recall correctly, a sledgehammer and a shovel, too. Why would a pair of mechanics gloves be covered in dirt? I'll tell you why. Because somebody wore them while they used that hammer and shovel. They smashed through the concrete to the dirt below, staining the gloves with both substances. Oh wait, so you're saying... Yes, that we finally know what these footprints really are. It seems highly likely that they were dug by Chairman Winner. I have more evidence... If that's so, then tell me this. Okay, hold on. I need to stop right here for a second. Agent Lang... His theory is, okay, we see video footage of Gavel and the president going up to the roof together, and then Gavel leaving on her own, and that's it. So clearly, she pushed him off, and the son helped her. That's his whole thing. However, we say, hey, that place that you pointed out where a body could have been hidden, we found the exact same material on these things that belong to a different person. That's evidence, and that's our theory. And he's gonna be like, nah, fuck you. And I'm gonna be like, God damn it! I'm gonna be so pissed off in a moment. That's something to tell me this. Why the heck did he make them? What purpose could they possibly serve? Why indeed, I imagine he must have been either digging something up or burying something. These are the only two options. He was very likely digging something up, which is why I think he must have been digging something up. I imagine events unfolded somewhat like this. There was something on this wall that he needed to unearth. In order to do so, he cut the chain on the side entrance and gained access from there. He then used the sledgehammer and shovel to dig the 3 footprints. When he found what he was looking for, he bagged it up and filled in all the holes. But then Sean must have showed up, right? I think he did, yes. A Chairman Winner would have had to find a hiding place, and the Torosaurus suit provided just that. You got all that from a pair of dirty gloves? It's good, but it's all just yours is... That's all just speculation. Fuck you! Better speculation than your speculation. This is an educated goddamn guess. Yours is speculation, bitch. We don't have any proof that he was inside that suit. He could have dug those holes and gotten out of here before the kid even showed up. But he didn't, and there's proof of that right there in the footage. It shows that Chairman Winner was still present when the recording was made. What? It's a shame that Agent Lang didn't notice it himself. But if we compare the situation as we see it now, it's the bag. The bag is missing. The situation it appears in Sean's rehearsal tape, and compare that to what we saw in Chairman Winner's garage. There it is, I see it. It soon becomes clear that the chairman was present. There's the bag, there's the bag, there's the fucking bag. I see the goddamn bag. Point out the goddamn bag. Let's go back to Chairman Winner's house, motherfuckers. There, case closed. Chairman Winner did it. Fuck you. Look at the bag next to the Torosaurus suit. We sold the same bag in Chairman Winner's garage. The same bag, the dirt on the gloves, that has to indicate a connection, surely. I think that pretty much seals it. It was Excelsius Winner in the suit, and if he was in there, the president's body can't have been. Good. Seems I convinced Agent Lang of the flaws in his theory. This bitch Somebody gets to Chairman Winner's house right away! We need to know what's in that bag! Oh, yes, sir! Now what? Y'all done lost your minds? I can't believe what I'm hearing here. What is this Hawksville? This is all we need. And right there's Torosaurus footprints, dang it! Ain't no holes dug by no old guy. You've demonstrated more than adequately that that's exactly what they are. Don't matter to me none what you just done did. I don't believe it, and that's that. I done told y'all I've seen that big bad bull with my own 2 eyes. The giant eye peering in at the window. I thought we'd gotten past that nonsense. We ain't about to let that go. What kind of journalists would we be if we did, huh? Responsible ones, but I guess that's the whole problem. Wait, ain't like it was just about the footprints, no how. You were seen fraternizing with one of them monsters, ain't that correct, young man? A young lady over there, if I'm not very much mistaken. We're never going to get anywhere with these two around. Maybe we could prove to them that wasn't a monster either, they may finally drop it. What do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? Any bright ideas? Prove that it wasn't a monster. Fine, I don't suppose there's much else for it. Let's see what we can do. Give me 5 seconds, it's done. What are you two whispering about? You're hiding something, ain't you? Admit it! Quick, Tabby, rotate!
Hold it!
Could I politely ask that you both calm down? The monster the boy was seen talking to, we know which it was now. Huh? That's right. Sean's rehearsal tape finally cleared up that particular mystery. It did? The point at which Miss Nicholas thought she saw Sean Gordy, that would have been right when he was making his rehearsal tape. I think she mistook a certain object for the legendary creature of the lake. Your so-called monster is right here in this picture. Huh? I don't see no Gordy. I ain't nothing but a dumb snapshot. You're talking to a pro here. Can't fool me with no trick photography. Okay, a lot of heart. I love your name.
Take that!
And sometimes I kind of like your accent and the way you talk sometimes, but you need to stop. You need to be stopped. That's right. It was a camera crane. That is what Miss Nichols saw, not Gordy. Oh, what? Sean's rehearsal tape was shot from a noticeably elevated viewpoint. A viewpoint that would only have been possible if the camera in question was attached to a crane. Bull! How the heck would she make a mistake like that, huh? Oh, indeed. Miss Nichols. Yes? You told us that you think you might need new glasses, didn't you? Yeah, my eyesight got way worse all of a sudden. And I imagine that when you thought you saw Gordy, he was quite heavily shrouded in darkness. Oh, that's right. I only really saw a silhouette. You done told us! Skin like an enormous worm. You said! How about trying to tell us your precious crane up and grew skin somehow? Ain't even no flesh on them metal bones, let alone skin. You're entirely correct, of course. But the crane, as it was in this particular picture anyway, but it did have a skin of sort last night. I knew you were a scoop hater, but this is plumb crazy. You want Tabby and me to starve, is that it? That wasn't my intent at all. Just be good fucking journalists. You did a good job with the goddamn underground auction. Do that again. I do think it's time I finally put them both out of their misery. Gordy's skin is right here in front of us. It wasn't skin at all. It was this.
Take that!
Miss Nichols told us that it seemed likely to rain last night. Well, that never happened in the end. But I think Sean may have covered the crane with rainproof sheeting nonetheless. And that, my intrepid young reporters, is what Miss Nichols mistook for Gordy's skin. Ah, heck. Well, Sean, am I mistaken? You see everything, don't you? Gotta say, you're pretty amazing. Okay, you know what? Actually, coming from you, kid, thank you. I will take the compliment. I'm sorry, Miss Hart, but Miss Nichols' monster was no such thing. It was simply a trick of the light. And just like that, the dream dies. Again. You know, I wonder if you go out to the forest, you might find Bigfoot. Chief! I think that may have finally shut them up. I thought the kid was holding out on us. As soon as I might could have maybe been a little wrong, maybe. Alright, we know what the so-called monster was now. Everybody happy? Everybody except these two. Agent Lang! Agent Lang! Oh, the president's autopsy report is out, sir. Is it? It is? Let me see it. What have we got? What have we got? Death was due to full body contusions and bone breakages caused by extreme pressure from above. So we have our cause of death. He was crushed. Not, haha! Get fucked. Motherfucker was... Okay, now, there's two things. Two things I have to say. One, he was not pushed off no goddamn roof. Otherwise, it would have been more obvious that he fell to death. Second, this is gonna make Lotta and Tabby go nutso with the monster theory again. It's like, see? He was stepped on by a monster. Stepped on by a monster. That's how he died. And I'm gonna be like, God damn it. Just as we thought. April 5th, approximately 11 p.m. Test results still haven't come back from the yellow substance on his chest, but they did find gunshot residue on his right hand. Gum shop residue? Guess he was a kid at heart, huh? Gunshot residue, K, is a substance left behind when a firearm is discharged. Its presence indicates that the president may have used a gun. Really? But we didn't find a gun anywhere, did we? Indeed not, which makes the residue something of a riddle. We'll need to read that report carefully. Well, Agent Lang, that clears one thing up at least. The president didn't die from a fall, which means he wasn't pushed from the roof of the Biggs building. He was crushed by the falling Torosaurus head, just as we said he was. Guess I have to accept that now. Fine, you were right. Amazing! So does that mean Judge Cavell isn't a suspect anymore either? Surely it must. Both the cause and time of death rule her out. She met with the president the night before last, but the autopsy report puts the time of death at around 11 p.m. last night. And we know that the Torosaurus head fell around then too. The facts all line up perfectly. Oh, what a relief. Sorry, it might be a little too soon to celebrate. Now what? Sure, I think we can accept that the falling head must have been what killed the president, but that begs the question of what could have caused it to fall, or who. We know what happened late last night, so we have to think about who was here at that time.
Overruled.
What are you getting at exactly? You can't mean... I'm afraid I do. You didn't you? Sean, okay, now he's straight up calling a 13-year-old a murderer. It's like, goddamn motherfucking piece of shit, Lang. Lang, I swear to God, I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna beat you black and blue. The kid's hiding something. He was right here last night, right where the body was found. He saw the footprints, and yet he wants us to believe he knows nothing about what happened. That's a big ask, surely. We haven't yet established that the footprints had anything to do with the murder. So even if he did see them, that doesn't mean he was involved. Maybe not, but his face tells me different. As does the fact he's shaking like a... You are threatening... You are... Of course he's shaking like a leaf. He's 13 and you're accusing him of murder. He's terrified of you. It does seem like Agent Lang might be onto something. No! Hate. I'm gonna kick someone's butt. Fine, keep your mouth shut, kid. I have a better idea. Why don't we let your tape do the talking? What exactly are you planning, Agent Lang? The police have some pretty sophisticated image analysis tools these days. You would go to such extreme lengths to see my son convicted. It's not ideal, but if the boy won't talk, we don't have any other way of getting to the truth. Detective Gumshoe, you have access to exactly such a device, do you not? Sure do! Lilby! Good, then that should make this nice and quick. Mr. Edgeworth, might I request that it be you who carries out the analysis in question? Why me? I fear that Agent Lang might be inclined to believe the worst. Image analysis isn't exactly my specialty, but alright. Yeah, no, you're not wrong. That was also incredibly stupid. Like, we all agree, that was also stupid. But also, that happened after this, like, in the timeline. And also, when games came, well... When did Ace Attorney Investigations 2 originally come out in Japan? Compared to the first Apollo Justice game? I don't know which one came first. Alright, it's been a while since we pulled out Little V. Oh no.
Eureka!
Whoops. There's something of interest here. Nope, okay, I didn't need to press X. This came after that? Interesting. Oh, Y is to zoom. Okay. What the hell? Excuse me? I'm pretty sure that's not how that works! Someone tell me that I'm not crazy. This isn't how this works. That's not just zooming in hands, that's zooming in Photoshop. If we just zoom in here, sharpen up the image a little bit, alter the contrast, Photoshop this image of the president in. You're fucking kidding me.
Eureka!
What the? What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? Let me see, let me see. What is it? What's the matter? Show me. Mr. Edgeworth, the court asks that you share your findings. Zoom in on the top right part of the image and look closely. There's a person there. It's the president. Oh my. What? You're kidding, right? Wait, no. You're kidding, right? That's it. No, it's not decisive. This doesn't look good for Sean, but it's not decisive. This doesn't prove anything. I didn't know he was there. I don't believe you. And the image does in fact prove something very important. That you and the president were here at the scene of the crime together. Admit it, kid. You murdered President Wang. No, that's ridiculous. Why would he? Sean, you didn't. You can't have. What do we do, Mr. Edgeworth? It's hard to push back against. Surely, even you can't deny this looks pretty bad for the kid, Mr. Prosecutor. He claimed he knew nothing about what happened, but the president is right there with him. Not in the same time that he's on screen. And we had to. Sean, what are you now telling us? We need to know. He's right, Sean. Be honest now. It's the only way. The truth is, it was all my fault. Sean, what did you do? It was my fault the Taurosaurus head fell off the trailer. I went up to the roof of the trailer to prep the kit I was using, and I turned on the heater while I was there. I must have left it burning when I came back down to run my lines. Then my mom called, and I left the set to go talk to her. When I came back after the call, the Taurosaurus head had fallen from the roof, and the president was just there, lying next to it. No. We did find evidence of a fire having broken up on the roof. It was just a tiny one, so I put it out myself. So we're saying the president died because of Sean? If he did, that would make this whole thing just an accident. What did you do with the head after you found it on the ground? I took it apart, carried the pieces up to the roof, and put it back together again. You're saying you put out the fire and moved the head back to where it fell from? In other words, you tried to cover your tracks. You're a real piece of work. He's a 13-year-old scared boy! Terrified! There's a dead body right here! You expect him to act rationally? It's not like I did any of this on purpose. I really did just forget to turn the heater off. So when the fire had burned through, the legs of the table would have collapsed, and the head would have fallen down at the ground below. You're right! The fire caused it, but then what does Excelsius Winter have to do with this? Because he was here too. Prove that he had something to do with it, please. Indeed, and I also happen to have an idea about how the fire may have started. Those cans of paint thinner by the heater are pretty flammable. Not a great place to keep them. And you swear it was an accident? Seems a little convenient. What was the president even doing here in the first place? How the heck am I supposed to know? I didn't see anybody, I swear! I still don't believe you! Why would President Wang come to a place like this in the middle of the night? His reasons for coming here are something of a mystery, it's true. He met Judge Cavell up on the roof 2 nights ago, but he was also here on the movie set last night. Did he come to meet Sean? I think we'll need to go over the boy's statement very carefully indeed. I went up on the roof to prep the kit I was using and turned on the heater. I must have left it burning when I came back down to run my lines. Then my mom called and I left the set to go talk to her. When I came back, the Taurosaurus head had fallen from the roof and the president was just there, lying next to it. Okay. We don't have evidence to dispute any of this in particular, so instead we're just going to ask more questions. You're fit and hardy, young man, Sean. It's spring now. Surely you didn't really need to fire up that stove. He's a fit and hardy young man who needs to look after himself. Really, Your Honor, but if he resorts to such measures even during warm weather... Seriously? You two are going to argue over something like that right now? He's right, of course. You've made your point, Sean. I've told you before to watch how you talk to people. I think he was criticizing you as much as he was me, Your Honor. Yes, Mom. Anyway, where was I? I must have left it burning when it came in.
Hold
You left it burning. You didn't think to check before you came back down to the loft. I meant to, but I was thinking about my lines and the scene and everything else. It's not my fault I forgot. Everybody forgets stuff. Me, with my ADHD-ass brain. I forget things 10 seconds after they happen. I sure do. So much stuff. I have the air conditioner on in Mr. Edgeworth's office and lights. I forget that he told me never to jump off the ladder on his bookshelves or make prank calls. But the one thing I would never ever forget is to do is turn off an unattended heater. Please, Sean, go on. Jeez, a lot, huh? Fucking just calling her out straight up. Anyway, as I was saying.
it!
It was the middle of the night and the set was deserted. Why did you need to leave in order to talk to your mother? I forgot I was supposed to talk to her. I got confused, I guess. Thought if I didn't leave, she'd find out I was down to the hotel at night on my own. That doesn't make sense. You know that, don't you? Fine, look, the camera was rolling and the mics were all live, okay? I didn't want our conversation on that tape where anybody could hear it. He was embarrassed about being recorded speaking on his phone to his mother. Why is that a question mark? Of course he's embarrassed. Look at this kid. I've never seen a more obvious example of a 13-year-old trying to hide his feelings behind sarcasm and bullshit. I ditched the rehearsal and ran offset as quick as I could. When I came back after the call, Torosaur's head had fallen from the roof. Were there any signs that it was about to fall before you left? I don't remember. I was concentrating on my lines. But a fire had broken off on the roof because of the heater you forgot to turn off. Did you really not hear nothing the entire time? No, I had my headphones on. Why? I was playing the soundtrack to the movie to help me concentrate. And I was playing it loud. So yeah, I definitely didn't hear anything. Except for the sound of your phone ringing when Judge Cavell called you. You know that cell phones vibrate these days, right? Anyway, I love Sean. I must admit, I think I kind of love this kid. He's a great kid. This kid just like, hey, old man, my phone has a vibrate function. That told me that someone was calling.
Hold it!
Did you not notice anything unusual about the body? I don't know. It was dark. He suddenly seems even more reticent than usual. I don't think he wants to go back over that memory any more than he has to, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm sure he doesn't. But is that really all it is? Should I push him a little more on this? I don't want to. I really don't want to. It was dark, but you knew it was a body nonetheless. He's hiding something. Better find out what. Most people would cry out for help if they saw somebody lying on the ground. And yet, you didn't. Yeah, because... What was the point? He was dead. So you said. What I'm interested in is how you were able to be so sure. Why were you so certain that he was dead? He was lying on the ground and that huge head was right next to him. It didn't take much to figure out what must have happened.
Objection!
Couldn't have guessed that the impact would have killed him. How did you really know? I'll tell you how, because you checked. Fine, I checked, okay? I was scared, but yeah, I went up to the body and I looked and he wasn't breathing. But why try to hide that fact? There must be a reason. Could you tell me how the body looked at that point? I couldn't tell if he was dead at first. There was no blood or anything, so it was hard to be sure. Nothing on his clothes either. He was completely clean. Important note, he was completely clean. But yeah, he wasn't breathing. So that's how I knew he was dead. Thank you. I'd like you to add that statement to your testimony if you don't mind.
Objection!
Nothing on his clothes. Nothing at all. Yeah, nothing. Why? Is there a problem with that? There's something you're clearly hoping that we've forgotten. What are you talking about? There isn't. That's not true. Unluckily for you, we remember it rather well. I'm talking, of course, about the yellow speckles on the president's chest. Maybe that's not oil. Maybe it's paint. You studiously avoided mentioning them throughout your testimony, an absence I find suspicious to say the least. That's... I hope for your sake that you have a satisfactory explanation. Sorry, I got into prosecutor mode. Judge Cavell, allow me to explain. But the yellow residue on the president's chest. I imagine it was from a bouquet of flowers. Lion lilies, to be precise. Lion lilies! 2 nights ago, when I met the president on the roof of the big building, I presented him with a bouquet. They're a type of lily with large yellow petals. I imagine that the substance on President Wang's chest was pollen from those flowers. Huh? But... they're not in the printout from the security camera, only because the president is in the way. Why give him flowers? That is not something I am at liberty to divulge. What? More secrets? Are you serious? First you want to tell us why you met with him, and now you can't even tell us about the flowers? I mean, like, I'm gonna be real, if you're meeting with a foreign dignitary without anyone knowing, it sounds to me like the situation is that there's some national secret type stuff going on here, and you don't necessarily want to, and like, you're not necessarily going to like dispel everything because like, even if they're dead, it's like, hey, look, I kept my word on for national secret reasons. Shush. My sincerest apologies, but all I can tell you is I gave him the bouquet. A bouquet that was nowhere near the body when it was discovered. How do you explain that? I cannot. Seriously, Your Honor? Some things you won't explain, the rest you can't. Come on, you've got to give us something then. You want to let this fly in the courtroom. What makes you think we'll accept it? Hey, you leave her alone. Sean, I threw the flowers away, okay? You did. So they were there when you first found the body. Yeah, they were right there on his chest. And they were squashed completely flat. Oh, I guess that makes sense, right? They would have gotten crushed along with the president. And the pollen would have been smeared across his jacket front. That does explain things rather neatly. But why remove the bouquet and dispose of it? Isn't it obvious? No, why? Because they would implicate my mother, you idiots! No reason. He's almost as evasive as his mother. More secrets? They're quite a pair. There is no secret. I know exactly why Sean disposed of the bouquet. Huh? You saw me leave the house with it, didn't you? Oh, I get it! When you saw the flowers on the president's body, you remembered seeing your mom with them, and felt the need to prevent her from coming under suspicion. No! You've got it all wrong! Hey, you've got it all wrong! That's his least convincing lie yet. I often decorate our home with lion lilies. I imagine that's why he remembered. So the flowers his mother was carrying showed up on the president's body. And because of that, he got rid of the bouquet and kept quiet about having discovered the corpse. Well, that ties everything up nicely, doesn't it? A little too nicely for my taste. Dude, you are overly emotional. You're too emotional. Recuse yourself at once, you son of a bitch. Why? What's wrong with nice? I guess you forgot, huh? The kid also told us that he was responsible for the head falling in the first place. Yeah, he did, but... So he's still our only suspect. Eustace Winter was here. No, sorry, not Eustace. Excelsius Winter. Excelsius Winter was here too. Let's find out what he was doing.
Objection!
The finger of suspicion still seems to be pointing firmly in Sean's direction. Hello, Biscuit. Hello, my little baby darling. Did you enjoy your nappy? Sorry. My baby, you're doing a big stretch. Big stretch, baby. Okay, anyways. Baby did a big stretch. Everyone say hello to baby. Wait, I can think of a far more likely culprit than the boy. Who? The person who was holding Sean captive until only a short while ago. That's right! We had to rescue him from a warehouse refrigeration unit down by the harbor. A refrigeration unit in a depot? Yeah! Look, he wasn't switched on. Poor kid might have frozen into a popsicle otherwise. He was doing his best to call out for help, which is how we found him. The sedatives had worn off by then, so he was wide awake and plenty loud. Sedatives? Isn't that what you were given too? Yep. We found the bottle on the floor of the unit. It was even the same brand. 3 Z's. Apparently it's super strong. Well, Agent Lang, surely that suggests that Sean is the victim, not a suspect. Somebody else was responsible, and I think they've been behind all of this. Oh yeah? And the secret mastermind of yours was here last night too? That I can't yet say. Ha! It's not like you to be so vague, Mr. Prosecutor. Sadly, we just don't have anything to tie our mysterious kidnapper to the murder of the president. So is there anybody else, somebody other than Sean, who could have committed the murder? Excelsius Winner and DeKiller, although DeKiller already said that that contract expired. Yes, Excelsius Winner, you dumb mother... Why did we not think about this earlier? Of course he might have something to do with it. See, now you're saying of course... So I was right, Kill still... No! Not quite. I can think of another. What? Somebody who we just recently proved was right here on the movie set last night. Chairman Winner? You think he killed President Wang? Why not? We've proven that he was present. And if he was here, he's as viable a suspect as anyone else, wouldn't you say? Winner? Could he really have? It's certainly another possibility to consider. And also, he's already killed multiple other people, hidden evidence, and has been prepared to kill. And like, he's super corrupt. 12 years ago, he was... That number again. What happened 12 years ago? What the fuck happened? Tell me. Stop beating around the goddamn bush. You're talking vague? You're vague. Tell me more. Say something concrete, you son of a bitch. Agent Lang, what happened 12 years ago? It's nothing to do with you. I think it has everything to do with me. It's clearly connected to this case. And you can prove that, can you? Go ahead, show me some proof that what happened 12 years ago had anything to do with it. Proof? If you can't prove it, this conversation's over. Okay, first of all, the president of Zhangfa is here. Second, the Torosaurus head, also was from 12 years ago. And the Torosaurus stuff, 12 years ago. Fifi Lagarde, 12 years ago. Chairman Winner, 12 years ago. Fuck you. Hey, baby. Does any of the evidence we've collected show a link between recent events and those of 12 years ago? Yes, a lot of it. Everything from this episode, everything from this entire game has been connected to 12 years ago. Isn't that right, Biscuit? This report about Bronco Knight. It was sent to Chairman Winner by Warden Lagarde. This last part in particular should be of interest to you. Retrieve the package we laid to rest 12 years ago, in front of the planter. And that's not all. Take a look at this. This letter was sent to Rosie Ringer, the victim of a murder that happened the night before last. Exactly, Lady Devar, you make a valid point. Oh, hello? But the thing is, we're geniuses. We're smart. We're clever. But it does say this. Good luck getting your revenge for what happened 12 years ago. What? But... something strange is going on, Agent Lang. Miss Ringer was murdered the night before last, and President Wang not long afterward. There's a connection between the two murders. There has to be. And I believe we can trace that connection to events 12 years in the past. These are old wounds you're opening here. Insults to my family name. Please, Agent Lang, we need to know. And also, can you give us, like, the Spark Notes version? I would love a Spark Notes, like, quick version. Now what? Who on earth was that? Shifu! Hey, the Men in Black are back. What are you doing here? Oh, we came to find you, sir. I heard you were looking into the incident from 12 years ago. Idiots! I'm not your boss anymore. Go back to your duties right now. Wait, can't do that, sir. What? You're disobeying a direct order. Please, sir, I'm begging you. We all are, and also you just said it yourself. We don't work for you, so we don't take orders from you. But we can do whatever the fuck we want. You have to reopen the investigation into the SS5 incident. We know you can't let it go until you figured out what happened. We can't either. Well, Agent Lang, it seems your former underlings want the events of the past explained too. You think it's that easy? That you could solve the case just like that? I think we can. Together. Ha! Well, alright then. Offer accepted. Yes! Shifu! 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 Nice! And I guess it's my turn to step up. I'm sorry, Kay. You're looking into a case from the past, right? I just happen to have something that'll help with that. You mean Mr. Thief? Sure do. If you can give me the details of the incident, I can rustle up a little simulation for you. Sadly, we don't have the files relating to the case. Huh? How come? Access to those files is restricted. They're top secret. Really? Why? Beats me. Somebody must have something to hide. Even I've never seen them. Everything I know I read in newspaper articles from the time. That's fine. Just tell us what you can. Alright. The SS5 incident happened on a winter's day 12 years ago, February 10th to be precise. Your police received a call directly from the kidnapper. I've got the president of Zhangfa. So he was kidnapped? Yeah, SS5 is the official designation of the president's kidnapping case. Kidnapper wanted $100 million. $100 million? How much money even is that? More than you can imagine, it seems. The last person to see the president that night was my father. They were together at the embassy of Zhangfa until midnight on the 10th. And nobody knows what happened with the president after that until he was kidnapped. Our government did everything they could to scrape together the money. They were desperate to save him. I'm pretty sure, isn't the rule that you're not supposed to give ransomers money, especially not when the fucking person they're ransoming is the goddamn president? Isn't that why you have backup people? And in the end, they succeeded. The money was handed over and the president came home safely. So President Wang was head honcho even back then? Wow, go Mr. President. The length of time he stayed in power isn't even close to the most impressive thing about him. Agent Lang was clearly very fond of President Wang. I assume the kidnapping was thoroughly investigated, and it was. The investigation was top secret, as was the trial. Trial? So suspect what? Let me guess. Your father was arrested on suspicion of being the kidnapper. Yeah, none other than our friend Fifi Lagarde. Wait, what? Say, excuse me, say what? Say who what now? What? As that's why you visited the prison. It is. I was put on what you might call extended leave from Interpol. So I thought I'd use the time to look into what happened 12 years back. And I wanted to see who I was dealing with. She was found not guilty then, wasn't she? Yeah. My father was in charge of the president's security at the time, but they held him responsible for the kidnapping and stripped him of his duties as presidential bodyguard. He stayed on the force though, and he worked the case alone, until eventually he found a suspect, a guard. And if he thought she did it, there's no way she was innocent. But they declared her not guilty, and the case went cold. My father couldn't take it. He was broken, mentally and physically. Finally, he quit the force altogether. Retrieve the package we laid to rest 12 years ago. Fascinating. So he had solid ground to suspect Lord and God. He must have had evidence. He wouldn't have charged her otherwise. But I've never been able to see the materials from the case. Sorry. That's all I know. But now we know something! Now we know something! To the garage! What do we do, Mr. Edgeworth? This is useful information, but I don't think it's enough for a little thief to recreate the scene. Ugh, is there really? Yes, there is something we can do! Who said hold it? Who now? You look like you could use a hand. I'm gonna say that this is Eustace Winter. Who's this now? Nope, it's Fender. Fender, good to see you. Francisca, also very good to see you. Francisca! Hey, Mr. Fender! We finally wrapped things up over the courthouse, so we thought we'd see what you kids were up to. Here. What's this? It says SS5 Incident Investigation Report! Holy shit! How the fuck did you know we were talking about this and get this so fast? What the fuck? When Fifi Lagarde mentioned an incident from 12 years ago earlier, I couldn't help but wonder. So I decided to look into it, and this was what Interpol provided. Nice work, Francisca. Don't get the wrong idea, Miles Edgeworth. You're no longer a prosecutor. I didn't do this for you. I did it so that a colleague could solve his father's final case. I owe you, sis, but everything related to SS5 incident was supposed to be top secret. Yes, but that classification was applied by the prosecutor in charge of the case. Excelsius Winner. He was the prosecutor in charge. Him again. Don't worry. Due to the outcome of this morning's case, he's been stripped of his authority. An outcome that was in no small part thanks to the efforts of his own son, Eustace. So in defeating his father, he made the old case file available to us. Sounds like we owe him. Prosecutor Eustace Winner is busy wrapping things up after the conclusion of the Lagarde trial, but he asked me to give you a message. Leave Dad and Lagarde to me. You focus on your case over there. He's even starting to sound like a prosecutor. Who stripped Miles of his prosecutor styles? Miles Edgeworth was stripped of his prosecutor status by Miles Edgeworth. He ripped off his own badge and said, "Fuck you," directly to Chairman Winner and Judge Gabel's faces. He ripped off his badge and said, "Fuck you. I'm out." If being a prosecutor means giving up the truth and being corrupt and covering up and imprisoning people wrongly, then fuck being a prosecutor. I'm gonna just go learn the truth. And so he did. And he hasn't decided if he's gonna come back yet or not. Of course, we know that he does, because in Apollo Justice and beyond, he's the chief prosecutor. But still. Indeed he is. Alright! Now that we have the case file, I can recreate the scene, no problem. Excellent. Let's get started. According to the file, the incident occurred exactly where the plaza is now. Then what are we waiting for? With me, everybody! If you haven't seen this before, I hope you're ready for a goddamn show. I still don't trust Tabby Lloyd. A lot of Heart's just an idiot. I don't trust Tabby. Alright, Kay, if you could set Mr. Thief in motion. Sure! Looks like there's more than enough here to work with. Where do you want to start? Good question. Let's see. It seems there was an eyewitness. A freelance journalist by the name of Aldown. But apparently, he was killed by the culprit for witnessing the kidnapping. So this is where he saw it all happen, huh? Here? As in the big building? No, construction of the big building only began a year ago. Before that, it had been a piece of abandoned property. And before that... Now we're getting to the stuff I know. 12 years ago, this place would have been... the Happy Family... wait, hold on. There was an orphanage here? Yeah, he fell down. All fell down. We all fell down. Like, for retired people? No, it was a place for children without parents. An orphanage, in other words. Sean was 1 year old. Was 1 year old 12 years ago. So was he at this orphanage? The president was kidnapped from an orphanage. Yeah, and the place was run by Fifi Lagarde. She called it her happy little home. Hey, you know what's funny? She called her prison the exact same fucking thing. Boy, it really tells you a lot about Fifi Lagarde, huh? As the proprietor of the institution, I suppose it's understandable that she came under suspicion. President Wang, Excelsius Winner, and Warden Lagarde. Surely the SS5 incident must be related to our current case. Kate, could you enter the data relating to the murder of Mr. Aldown? It seems sensible to assume that he was killed by whoever kidnapped the president. So if we solved the murder, we solved the kidnapping! Nice! Alright, we're counting on you. Alright, hey, have any of y'all not seen this? Sean, I think, and Tabby, maybe? And maybe Lotta, and the Men in Black. No, the Men in Black might have seen this. Oh, right. Yeah, Sean's gonna... What the heck is this? Of course Sean's gonna be impressed. He works in movies. When did I grow to become so blasé towards people's reactions to Mr. Thief? What we're seeing here is the front yard of the orphanage as it was 12 years ago. At least as far as the police reports describe it. Yeah, that's how it looked when they started investigating at 7 a.m. the morning after the murder. And it seems it had been snowing. Yeah, from what I heard, the footprints wound up being important evidence. The snow fell in the daytime the previous day. In other words, before the incident occurred, meaning that none of the relevant footprints would have been obscured by new snow. I think we'll need to pay these footprints some special attention. Well, let's see. There are 2 sets of footprints going up to the body and 1 set of footprints leaving it. These footprints stop by the body. I guess that means they belong to Mr. Aldown, right? His feet were pretty big. What's that? About a size 12? What's that? About a size 12? According to the file, they were the same size as his shoes. It's a match. These footprints go toward the body and come back. According to the case file, they're thought to be the killers. They're about a size 9. Pretty average, in other words. It seems the police weren't able to track down who the murderer was from them, though. All file down. The man who witnessed the president's kidnapping. What exactly did he see? I based this part of the recreation on one of the crime scene photos. It seems he suffered a blow to the back of the head with a brick. Yeah, from that brick right there. I figured it must have been taken from here in the yard. It looks like the blood flowed from the head wound and spread over the surrounding area. Here, a gift for you. This is Mr. Aldown's autopsy report. I'm gonna scour the scene. So the victim was carrying a camera. Oh yeah, according to the file, they recovered a picture. Yeah, here we are. Oh, it's the president, right? And somebody's pointing a gun at him. There's also some weird mark on the snowman there. This must be what Mr. Aldown witnessed. So the person in the trench coat is the kidnapper? Yes, I imagine they were trying to conceal their identity. But if Agent Link's father's theory was correct, the person wearing that trench coat is Warden Lagarde. How come they only found the one picture? He probably wasn't able to take any more before he was attacked. This was the brick used in the murder. There's stuff made of bricks all around the yard here. They probably took it from somewhere nearby, huh? All fall down. Freelance journalist. Killed after witnessing the kidnapping of President Wang. Even in this recreation, it's pretty gruesome, huh? It's even worse than the actual crime scene photo. There's a lot of blood. Seems mostly have come from the back of his head. As you can see, that area is completely caked. Yeah, the autopsy report says that's where he was hit with the brick. Indeed, I imagine his attacker must have stuck up on him from behind. It looks as if he's clutching something in his hand, in his right hand. But wait, does that mean that Fifi the guard must have had an accomplice? Because there's footprints going forward and back, but if someone snuck up on him from behind, like, he was looking at them. Like, he was straight looking at him. Like, how would she have been able to sneak up from behind him and pick up a brick and all that? Without him running away? Oh yeah, they mentioned in the file somewhere. Let's see. According to this, it was a button. A button? Torn from the attacker's clothing, perhaps? The cell phone must belong to the victim. You're right! Yeah, it says here in the file that Mr. Aldown made a call when he was watching the kidnapping. A call? To whom? His girlfriend. Seems he called her when he saw that the president— Rosie Ringer! This is Rosie Ringer's fiance! Or boyfriend, or whatever. But she didn't pick up, so he left a message. That's in here too if you want to hear it. Please. Hey, Rosie. It's me. I guess you're asleep already. Anyway, I'm here at the orphanage. Something weird's going on. President Wang is here for some reason, and there's another... Damn it, the light's out, so I can't quite see, but it looked like he was being kidnapped? Anyway, probably nothing, but I thought I should let you know. Ugh. Christ, imagine waking up in the morning to that voicemail. Imagine waking up to that voicemail. How fucked up is that? How horrendous is that? He must have been attacked while he was still on the phone. Agent Lang, can I ask you something? Mr. Audon's girlfriend, what was her name? Ringer. Rosie Ringer. At least that's what I heard. Yep, and she died 2 nights ago. Just as I thought. Wait, you mean... her revenge for what happened 12 years ago? While Miss Ringer left with her were met with personal effects of her lover. So seeking revenge on Chairman Winner, she made her appearance at the auction. Of her lover. So she really was out for revenge on Chairman Winner, wasn't she? Perhaps it was for suppression of the kidnapping. Or perhaps it was because she thought he was one of the kidnappers. I mean, we know that... Wait, isn't that one of the lilies? Somebody's dropped a yellow flower here. I think it's one symbolizes the desire to steal treasures. Okay, you can't just make these things up. What we can say is that it looks to be different from all the other flowers in the planter. Huh? So what's it doing here? What's indeed? We should examine the planters too. I must be right. Somebody must have stolen it. It's stolen treasure. Wait, the planters. I think this one might actually symbolize the growing anger of a former prosecutor. Okay, I guess that's everything here then. So we'll back up. These planters. According to the case file, the yard stretched around 3 sides of the orphanage. Oh, look! Those 3 are in perfect position in the top on the left side. Those 3 are the perfect placement for the monster footprints. And that's also why they have that corner shape. Because they were in front of the planter, but not where the planter was, so obviously they would have been a little bit forward. Hold on, let me press the button. Yes, planters arranged in a very particular pattern. One we've seen somewhere before, Biscuit. No claws on the chair, baby. Shame there aren't many flowers, but I guess it was the middle of winter. Yes, but look at that one. It's bright yellow. Weird. How come there's only one? Wait, it looks like somebody dropped it. That's a lion lily, if I'm not very much mistaken. A rare member of the family Liliaceae. A lion lily, you say? Oh wait, didn't Judge Cabell give President Wang some lion lilies? What is the same flower doing here? This can't be a coincidence, can it? I believe this particular cultivar is from Asia, where it's said to symbolize the bond between parent and child. Wasn't aware you were so knowledgeable when it came to flowers, Francisca. What I just told you is common knowledge. Perhaps you need to read a little more. Hold on. 3 footprints, the planters. Put them together and what have you got? Idea. So that's what our monstrous hoof prints really were. Oh wait, what? Recall the arrangement of the prints. Now compare it to that of the planters. Whoa! That's right. I believe the footprints are located exactly where our planters once stood. So Chairman Winter was digging around the front of them? He was. And why might he have been doing that? We have a piece of evidence in our possession that answers exactly that question. Yes, we do. It's the report to Bronco. We know this already. Thank you. Someone get to Chairman Winter's fucking house right fucking now, or I start committing murders. And yet she mentioned something that had been laid to rest in front of a planter. You think she was telling him where to dig? Wait, but why 3 holes? Because the report didn't specify which of the planters she meant. I get it, so we wasn't sure which one it was. Which means he had to try and dig up all 3. I imagine so, yes. Poor Chairman Winner. But why go to all that trouble? What was he looking for? Go find the goddamn, go back to his garage and we'll find out! Go to his garage and let's find out! Was it the brick? No, damn it. That doesn't add up. Shoot. Okay, fine. Fine. It wasn't that. Sean, how you handling this, boy? Cavell gave the president, who looks like a lion dude, a flower with lion in the name of it, which is said to symbolize a bomb. Yeah, there's a lot of confusion happening here. What do you want? Sean, I wonder if you could tell us a little more about the circumstances surrounding your kidnapping. I took you when you went to the garbage disposal area, right? But what were you doing there? It's alright, you don't have to talk for him. You can just ask me for himself. Hear that, Mr. Edgeworth? I think he's starting to warm to you. I went to the garbage disposal to throw away the flowers that were on that body. It wasn't far, and I figured they'd be less likely to find them there than if I threw them in a garbage can. I tried to get in there last night too, but it was locked. So we had to come back today and try again. Yeah, but when I was there, somebody came up behind me and put something over my face. Oh yeah, snoozing is easy threezy with 3 Z's. The fact that she was drugged with it too doesn't seem to bother her. I guess it is a catchy name. Whatever it was pretty strong, but I never saw their face. I see. Thank you. That's very helpful. Oh, what can you tell us about the time between when you were kidnapped and when you were found? Not a whole lot, I'll bet. Snoozing is easy threezy with 3 Z's. I remember waking up and feeling cold. I was somewhere big and empty and dark. There were cardboard boxes with some other language written on them. I figured it must be a storeroom. Yeah, there's a lot of complications going on here. There's a lot of questions happening here. Like, there are so many threads that I don't know quite how they connect just yet. A giant refrigerator. Business use them to keep stuff chilled. And that's where Kane Detective Gumshoe found them. They really saved the day there. Guess the cooler must have been on until just before I was brought there. Like I said, it was pretty cold. Well, they didn't take my phone for some reason, so I used that to call for help. I see. Well, we're all very glad that you found your way back to us safely. Say it like you mean it, why don't you? He's not the most gracious child I've met. Reminds me of a certain somebody else. This looks like a snowman, but it's mostly melted. Well, it's no wonder he's all slushy. He's wearing a hat and a scarf. He must be all roasty toasty. Oh, look at this cute little button eye just lying there. He probably would have frozen back up again at dawn, you know. That's when it's usually coldest. I don't think that would have helped much, Mr. Edgeworth. If the melted snowman froze again, it wouldn't turn back into a snowman. It would turn into an iceman. What? Is what I bet you wanted me to say, isn't it? Well, too bad. Wait, okay. Hold on. That's actually super useful. A button eye. Excuse me. A fucking button. Button. Somebody please notice this. Damn you motherfuckers. Oh, howdy, is this ever scoop? The whole world's gone green. Must be an outbreak of something. I'm seeing green trees, green people, green clothes, everything. It's me real sick of even the clothes are green. Looks like we wound up slap bang in the middle of the right dang place at the right dang time. Sure did, Chief. I don't think we're going to get a word in edgewise here. Yeah, that's fine. That's fair. Moving along. Hey, this arch. We've seen it somewhere before, right? Indeed we have. It's the same one that stands over the entrance to the big building today. But this is supposed to be how things looked 12 years ago. Was he there the whole time? Seems the architect worked this old archway into the structure of the new building. Future is simply the past reheated. I think I heard that somewhere. And for once, it seems you might have remembered it correctly. Look, everyone's a big fan of sci-fi bullshit. It's fine. But 12 years is such a long time to reheat something for. If it was your lunch, it'd be ruined. Depends on what you were reheating, I guess. Lang? Words? 3 planters covered with snow. Is anything the matter, Agent Lang? Yeah, something's not right. I wasn't able to look at the case file until now. Indeed, you have Chairman Winner to thank for that, it seems. Yeah, but what's weird is, I've seen this scene somewhere before. What? But where? I keep thinking I've got it, but then it's gone. He appears to be lost in his efforts to remember. Perhaps I should leave him alone for now. I want to talk to him. That case ruined my father, and my family too. People who failed to keep the president safe. That's all we were after that. He threw himself heart and soul into that investigation. He became obsessed, in other words. Hardly the best state of mind in which to undertake an inquiry. Wow, you really don't pull your punches, huh? Look, just don't go thinking I'm only doing this because of my dad, okay? That investigation was solid. His work was meticulous, and it was accurate. It always was. He interviewed every single one of those kids, and he made sure they told him everything. Wonder if he learned anything of value. President Wang changed after the SS5 incident. I guess he felt his trust had been betrayed. I can understand that. To cut ties with my family completely, after how close we've been for all those years, my father was desperate to make amends, to get just one chance to say sorry. No matter how many times he tried to get an audience with the president, couldn't. Couldn't even convince them to take a letter to him. One time he came home covered in bruises. Who knows from where? Bodyguard, maybe? Sorry, there's no point in making me sit through old stories that won't change anything anyway. I'll be the judge of that. As warm and fuzzy as ever, I say, not that I expected any different. Yeah, warm and fuzzy. Sure, we're all warm and fuzzy here. An igloo shaped like a bear. Perfect balance of cuteness and scariness. I guess you could call it a big glue. That is quite large. You could probably fit as many as 3 people inside. Yeah, and they could live in there for 3 whole years. 3 years? And what about the summer? What did the big igloo melt? Again, say it again, Mr. Edgeworth, please, one more time. Wouldn't the igloo melt? God, you're no fun. Do you have anything helpful? Someone? Anyone? But I want to be sure if it's cool to share it. Is just know any things? You have a thought? We all have thoughts here. Sure, go ahead. Can I help you, Mr. Edgeworth? Can't thank you all enough for returning Sean safely to me. I can hardly bear to imagine how it would have felt if he had not come home. Hey, old guy! Can't you see you're upsetting her? That was not my intent at all. Look at our little knight in shining armor, defending his mom's honor. Shut up! I wouldn't have to if you didn't keep... That's enough, Sean. Mr. Edgeworth, if you'll allow me, I would like to apologize again. You're saying nothing more. I mean, there is potential that he was replaced, but I don't know if that's... I don't know. That feels like a lot. I don't think he was replaced. It could be... Or maybe he has a kid, and maybe he dropped that kid off. The problem is... Well, it can't be Sean. It could be that he has a secret child. He was possibly betrayed by someone who he had a child with. And that person could be Sean, but probably not, based on the fact that the hair color and everything is wrong. And also the timing, but unless he was born before the kidnapping and the kid was just an excuse. I don't know. Like, that's the first thing that comes to mind, is he has a secret child. And the person who betrayed him was the mother of his child. I failed in my duty as a servant of justice. I will not ask you to forgive me. I only ask you to understand that Judge Cabell, I don't presume to know the goddess of justice as well as you do. She was a mother, was she not? Of other gods and goddesses. She was. Fair judgment requires personal circumstances to be taken into account. I'm sure she would understand. Oh, she would love goddess, more merciful than you give her credit for. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. What are they even talking about? Don't worry, Sean. I don't have a clue either. Things are finally settling down after Ward and the God's trial. It would seem so. Sentencing is still to come, but the guilty verdict should stand. And do not worry, Excelsius Winter's connection to the case will be thoroughly investigated. Have faith, Mr. Edgeworth. Eustace is a changed man. Indeed, he simply had some growing to do. But then, don't we all? Kay included. Huh? I kind of feel for him now. I said some pretty mean things, but I'll make it up to him next time I get the chance. And I'm sure that chance will come. But for now, there is a biscuit at my leg and he is nuzzling. And I'm biscuit, no bite. No. Do that again, and naughty biscuit's going into timeout. Indeed, we need to focus on the case at hand. Hey! Nope, okay, hold on. I'm out for baby. Come here. What? Baby has been sentenced to baby jail. Let me make sure that I remember to get him out of baby jail soon. There are burn marks on this pillow here. The report says there was a fire sometime on the evening of the incident, just like last night with the president. A fire? Let's see, where was it again? Ah, yeah, one of the orphans set a fire with some kerosene. Some sort of prank, probably. I sound like a lively bunch, possibly too lively. It seems the antics spoiled our chances of finding any footprints near the entrance of the building. I think that's about all we can learn from the scene for now. Alright, how about I show you how things were looked earlier on that night? That would be very much appreciated. Could you take us back to the moment at which the victim witnessed the kidnapping? Sure, I'll use the photograph you took. Here goes nothing. There's Mr. Alldown in the middle of the planters. And there's the president and his kidnapper out by the road. My father based his investigation on the evidence Alden provided. That was why he thought the kidnapping and the orphanage were connected somehow. And how he wound up suspecting Fifi Lagarde. She was the one running the orphanage at the time. Exactly. But when the case went to trial, Excelsior's winner put a big hole in that theory. He did. Yeah, after all, the president and the kidnapper weren't actually on the grounds of the orphanage, so it was hard to conclusively prove any kind of connection. Huh, so they were never seen inside the gates of the orphanage? Psh, detectives bust a gut to find evidence on the scene, and then prosecutors come along and twist it for their own ends. Winter and Lagarde were working together. They had some kind of deal, I'm sure of it. So you're saying that Chairman Winter was working with the kidnapper? Yes, the planter. I think he was either the kidnapper or the killer. Your father was convinced that Lagarde was the culprit, correct? And you say he was a gifted and thorough investigator, and he must have had more to support his theory than just Mr. Alldown's message. Surely. Yeah, he must have. I just don't know what it was. It wasn't exactly a case he liked talking about. Zhang's father, Dalong Leng, trusted ally and confidant of President Wang. He discovered truths that were subsequently suppressed by Chairman Winner. Our first priority should be to find out what they were. Mr. Alldown took his picture of the president's kidnapping from here, and then called Rosie Ringer, by which point his killer must have already been approaching from behind, with the brick in their hand, ready to strike. I wanted to look at that handprint on the right here. What's up with this? Hey, that's Snowman. Oh, I see. That's where someone grabbed the button from. The question is why? This is wait, but it had the victim's blood on it, but it was already taken before this. So why did he have the eye? It was melted in the simulation the morning after the murder, huh? And that muffler was all wet, and its little button eyes had fallen off. Indeed, it still looked reasonably healthy at this point, although not entirely. I can see one thing that's missing. Oh, poor guy. Bet some kid took it as a stupid prank. Not a bad piece of thieving, though. Maybe they have potential. Do you think one of the orphans took it? I'm not so sure. In fact, I think it was grabbed by somebody else entirely. For example, look at this. This snowman is missing a certain something, wouldn't you say? Yeah, his right eye. Indeed. Luckily, we've managed to locate it. The button Mr. Alldown was holding. Look at that. It's the same type of button as the other eye and everything. And if we suppose that the button was indeed the snowman's missing eye, that presents something of a contradiction. The snowman's location? Wait, what does it present? The victim's location, the snowman's location, the president's location? One of these two. Probably the snowman's location? The contradiction lies in the location of the snowman. What, like it should have been in the middle of the yard or something? But we didn't find any signs of it being moved, did we? Oh, right, no, the victim. Okay, I mean, that was my guess. What do you mean it's already been 5 minutes? Wow. The victim was clutching the button, and the button was covered with his blood, which means he must have grabbed it after being attacked. Let's run a little hypothetical, shall we? What if, after being struck, Mr. Alldown lost his balance, and reached out to grab something to steady himself? The snowman. The snowman would have supported him, so he would have grasped the button and continued falling. I get it. So you're saying that he was near the snowman when he was attacked? I am. Within arm's reach, to be precise. But the photo was taken, and he's currently nowhere near that close. Right, but his footprints only go as far as the planter. He never came back this way. What if they weren't his footprints? I think we need to look at all the prints again. All right, I'll take us back to the scene when Mr. Alden's body was found. It doesn't make sense though, because the photo was taken after he was attacked, and after. No, the photo was taken. If the photo was taken after the eye was taken, then that means that the photo was taken after he was already dead. But the footprints on the left definitely matched up with Mr. Aldwin's shoes, right? So what's the deal? Let's take another look and see if we can figure it out. Can we really be sure that these are Mr. Alldown's footprints? Well, they're the same size, a 12, which is pretty big, and the prints match his shoes. They also go straight to the middle of the planters where his body was found. But as we've established, when he was attacked, he fell and grabbed the button from the snowman. Well, being a great thief, I know a few contortionist tricks, but that would be way beyond even me. Some average Joe stretching his arms that far? Basically impossible. I think we can be reasonably certain that the prints were made by the shoes the victim was wearing. But can we be certain that they were actually the victim's shoes? I should just take another look at them. These shoes, as the case file says, they match the footprints, but... These aren't the victim's shoes. I'm sure of it. Oh, look! Look! I just noticed this. I'm annoyed I didn't notice this earlier. His shoes are too big for his goddamn feet. His shoes too big for his gosh darn feet. What do you mean? Oh, look at how the laces are tied. Don't they look a little strange to you? What's more, they don't appear to fit properly. So these prints, they go right up to where the victim was found, and they stop right by his feet. But they didn't actually belong to him. So are the prints by his head his? The ones that that lead away and come back? No, I don't think so. They're too small. So neither set belongs to him? Then how did he get here? That's easy enough. He didn't walk. He was carried by the killer. So then, where did the murder take place? Was it really over by the snowman as we suspect? I mean, that does seem to be the situation, yes. Being Mr. Alden's body was moved, how else do we explain the button clutched in his hand? And that would suggest that he was killed somewhere near the snowman. Let's take a closer look. There's a missing brick! There's a brick missing! There's a brick missing! There's a brick missing here. Told you! That there's a brick miss. The rest of the brickwork looks fine. Strange that just this one is missing. Poor snowman. He's not looking good. Can't be helped. Snow and ice eventually melt. That's just how it is. And so do mysteries. All we have to do is wait. The snowman of the case will melt into the clear water of truth. All you have to do is wait, Kay. I have to work to solve those mysteries. Okay, wrong one. Wrong one, maybe. That's fine. Oh, this one. Haha, silly me. It seems quite likely that the missing brick was the one used in the murder, wouldn't you say? Oh yeah! Now that you mention it, they're the exact same shape and size. If Chairman Winner was involved in President Wang's abduction, then it seems likely that whatever he dug up yesterday had something to do with the kidnapping. Oh, I get it. You do? You bet I do. We're talking treasure, right? Loot! He must have been digging up the ransom money. The ransom money? $100 million is an awful lot of cash. Burying it would have been a good way to keep it hidden until the heat died down. Certainly seems like a possibility. Glad you agree. That is possible. I think we have to conclude that the murder actually happened over here by the snowman. Right, the button came from there, and the brick too. Indeed, and what's more, if the murderer took the brick from right by the snowman, and then tried to sneak up on the victim all the way over by the planters, Mr. Alldown would have seen them right away. Exactly. I think we need to update the simulation. Okay. Mr. Alldown wasn't standing by the planters. He was next to the snowman. Gotcha. Alright, here goes. Except this really doesn't make sense. This extremely doesn't make sense. There's a huge mishmash of things happening here. Yeah, no matter how you look at it, this just doesn't work, huh? Indeed, everybody who was present is in exactly the same spot. So, where did we go wrong? One of the pieces of evidence on which we base our simulation must be the source of the problem. What if one of them was fake somehow? The photo was faked. Or taken afterwards, after he was already dead. Which one was it? The photo, this one, right?
Take that!
Is this the one that we based? Can we really be certain that this picture was taken by Mr. Alldown? Huh? Well, what do you mean? We know that whoever killed him moved his body, but why would they have done that? What if they wanted to make it seem like he saw something he didn't? And then they took the photo to help back up the lie? Had the president at gunpoint, they could easily have forced him to pose for the picture. He would have had no choice but to comply. Hey, now that you mention it, they only recovered one picture from Mr. Alldown's camera, right? Indeed, I imagine his killer probably moved the film that was already in there, then replaced it with another, thereby ensuring that the only picture found was the one they staged. Yeah, that makes total sense! So this picture was actually taken after Mr. Alldown was killed. No way! And there you have it. The picture doesn't show what Mr. Alldown saw at all. It seems highly likely that it was simply staged to make us believe that was the case. Wait, so where was the president when Mr. Alldown thought he saw him being kidnapped? Luckily, the photograph isn't the only piece of evidence we can use to try and figure that out. Oh yeah, he left that voicemail too. He did. I think we should listen back to it one more time, don't you? This is surely the only place where the president and his kidnapper could have been standing.
Take that!
I don't even need to listen to it again. That's where they were? How do you figure that? Oh, maybe I do need a reason. Hey Rosie, it's me. I guess anyway, I'm here at the orphanage. Something weird's going on. President Wang is here for some reason. The light's out so I can't quite see. But luckily, anyway, probably nothing. I'll let you, blah blah blah. Okay. He said the light was out, right? Okay, I see. They're over here. Hello. Hi. Yes. Ooh. I'm postured. I promise.
Take that!
Ah, I'm hydrating. Recall this statement from Mr. Alldown's voicemail. Damn it, the light's out. Two of the lights here in the yard are broken. Yeah, he must have been talking about the one over by the building. Alright, could you update the simulation to reflect everything we've learned? Sure. Welcome back, Maya. Yeah, real fast while we're updating, I'm gonna go grab Biscuit and let him out of prison. I put a baby in prison and I don't regret it. The baby is free once more. And there we have it. The kidnapper was really standing over by the building. Yes, which would certainly have strengthened the theory that they were connected to the orphanage. Biscuit, it's okay, baby. So they moved the body and staged the photograph to distort the picture painted by the voicemail, which helped them undermine that the idea that the orphanage was uninvolved when the case went to trial. Well, that certainly changes what this particular part of the simulation tells us. I imagine it will also affect our understanding of the scene from when the body was found. Only one way to find out. Ready to make the jump? Switch between the two recreations. I need the first act. Okay. Mr. Alldown wasn't killed here between the plants at all. Then, what's this blood doing here? Things have changed considerably in terms of what the simulation is showing us. But if we want to look more closely at this blood, I think we'll be better off looking at the simulation from the point at which the body was discovered. Then what are we waiting for? Okay, yes, I know, you already told me this. I just wanted to look first. Do I have quotes? I mean, Firebot should have quotes, right? I think it should work the same way it works other... I mean, I don't have any quotes, but you should be able to put them in the same way. Let's see if this works. Yeah, there we go. I have a quote now. That's my first and only quote that I have. What a good quote to be the one and only one that I have. Biscuit, stop messing with the wire, baby. And there we have it. So this is where Mr. Alldown really met his fate, but he was moved in order to make the scene consistent with the stage photograph, over to the spot between the planters. So the footprints, the fact that they go over there and come back, yes, I think that tells us something important. They were left by whoever carried him over there. We'll scour the scene. And blah blah blah. Blood on the snow, a lot of it. It certainly looks as if a murder occurred here, doesn't it? Wait, but we just figured out that Mr. Alldown was killed over by the snowman, right? We did. I think this blood might belong to somebody else. What? But the police report said the blood was Mr. Alldown's. Need I remind you that the case was overseen by Chairman Winner? The man would have had no scruples about altering the official record over something this small. But then, why go to all the trouble? Couldn't he have just cleaned up the blood instead? He wasn't able to. I think about it. He knew that this is where the police would find Mr. Alldown's body, and he knew the police would have certain scientific methods at their disposal to look for clues. Oh, you mean luminol? Yeah, they would have found traces of blood if they used that for sure. Exactly. He would have been able to clean it up to the point where it was undetectable. Far easier to falsify the results of any such test when they came back in. It would simply have been a matter of replacing the official results with a doctored copy. Eesh, so we've been looking at a forgery this whole time? That sucks. Oh wait, but it says Mr. Alldown's clothes were covered in blood too. It does, and if they were, which seems entirely believable, I suggest that whoever's blood this is, it wasn't yet dry when Mr. Alldown's body was placed here. I get it, which means that the other person's blood was spilt not long before Mr. Alldown was killed. I think it does, yes. But if that's the case, doesn't that present something of a contradiction? And then, wait, whose blood is this then? Whose fucking blood is it? I don't think I have the evidence of whose blood it was specifically. Do we? Somebody dropped a yellow flower here. It's a lion lily, right? According to Francisca, yes. They're originally from Asia, if I recall correctly. Yep, and she said it symbolizes the pond being painted or tiled, right? It was the bond being between parent and child, okay? And I don't have any more puzzle pieces, right? No, I don't. So there's something I'm missing. It was all... I don't believe there's any more to be found here. Let me take a thinky. Whose blood is this? If it's not Aldown's blood, then whose is it? I think it belongs to whoever that is. Wait, hold on. No. Relates to evidence somehow. Is it related to this evidence?
Eureka!
Oh, no. I'm looking for a contradiction. Curiouser and curiouser. Better think this over again. The snow was melted by the fire, right? And when did the fire happen? We need to take another look around and think about that. When did the fire happen? That's a very good question. Sometime during the evening before the incident. There's no blood over here. There should be blood here, right? The fact that there's not feels weird.
Eureka!
I feel like I'm doing something wrong.
Eureka!
Help! Help! I need hints. Assistance required.
Eureka!
Okay, I'm at a bit of a loss here. I'm gonna be real.
Eureka!
There we go. Okay, I found it. Okay, so I was right about the location and the evidence. I was just a little bit off on the cursor. Huh? In the bloodstain? The blood is clearly cut off where the snow was melted by the fire, which means that the blood in question was spilt before the fire was started. Huh? But the fire happened before the murder, no? If we choose to believe the case file, yes. But if the fire was actually set after what happened here, the kid who lit it might have seen something. Then why isn't there a witness statement? Because that would have challenged Chairman Winner's version of events. We need to know more about this fire. You! Yes, safe boat. The fire might have been reported to police, which means there might be a record of it. Go see if they have anything and bring everything you find back here right away. Understood, safe boat. I'll be right on it. One more thing. What is it, safe boat? Contact my family back in Zhangfa. Tell them to search my father's office. Should be something that relates to the case. The sword? What kind of something exactly? I told you I'd seen this somewhere before, didn't I? Well, I remember where. It was in my father's office. He had a picture of it. Or at least of something very much like it. What? It looked like it was drawn by a child. Possibly a child from the orphanage. Possibly even the child who set the fire. It should still be there somewhere. Tell them to send it right away. Yes, safe boat. You got it, Sheepfo. I love you, Sheepfo. And no one said that, Sheepfo. I promise I'll be back soon, Sheepfo. Investigation complete, Sheepfo. Good job. I think this might be where we call it. I was hoping to finish another chapter, but unless that happens right now, I don't think that's happening. Sheepfo, I'm back. I brought everything the police had on the fire, and I also brought the picture from your father's office. Oh, and one more thing. About time. What kept you, huh? Sir, it's only been 5 minutes. It's not even been that. It's been like 10 seconds max. This is it. This is the picture I remember. Will this be a depiction of something that happened on the night of the incident? It sure looks like a kid drew it, huh? Yes, and I'm willing to bet it's the work of the child who set the fire. Look, there's the toy Taurosaurus. Shifu, there's... What now? Look, it'll have to wait, okay? Well, Mr. Prosecutor, no, don't let it wait. I feel like this is important. Why do you think my father kept this? I imagine he acquired it at some point during his investigation. Although I have no idea why he would have chosen to keep it to himself. Could we see the case file for the fire, too? Sure, here. You'll just give me a moment to read through it. It seems the boy who started the fire snuck out of bed on the evening of the incident. And then disappeared several days later. What? Must have been because he saw something, right? No! A kid? Really? That's horrible! But sadly, not unimaginable. Huh? Looks like the kid left something behind that was put into evidence. What's this? What's it doing in that case file? What is it, Mr. Prosecutor? Have you seen this somewhere before? Something very much like it, yes. We have a piece of evidence that could well be connected. The Taurosaurus, this one. I don't know what it was doing in the evidence for that case, but it looks like that might be the missing horn from this soft toy. Hey, that was President Wang's! You've seen it before? Of course! He always kept it somewhere close by. I remember it because of the missing piece. I see. Has a special device inside it that plays recorded sound when you twist the horn. Hey, do you think maybe the horn back on might unlock more recordings? You never know. The toy itself should be up on the 51st floor. Why don't we have it with us? Hey, you heard the man! Yes, Sheepfo, I'll go fetch it right away, but also I have something important to say, but I guess I'll say it when I get back down. I'll see you in 100 floors. Oh my god, sir. I'm back from the 51st floor. Why are you so out of breath, man? I had to run all the steps, sir. Oh, it's 51 floors of steps is a lot. Why didn't you take the elevator? The what? There it is, Sheepfo. Taurosaurus doll, just like you asked. Good work. And to the prosecutor over there. Does the horn found in the orphanage fit the president's plushie? It fits perfectly. And any more recordings on there? Hi, Dijun. Sorry, President Wang. It's me, Amelie. I know it's been a while. I saw on the news that you were visiting the country soon. And I didn't know whether I should get in touch at all, but in the end I decided I had to.
Overruled.
Turn it off right now! I was calling into Judge Cavell. Are you okay? Just turn it off! Please! You see, I had a baby. A beautiful little boy. You're a beautiful little boy. Yep, I knew it. That's Sean. I'm sorry, that's pretty much all I wanted to tell you. Oh, except I called him Sean. Sean Finn. Has a nice ring to it, don't you think? No! Sean Finn! Okay, so he is the president's son. The kid? And also that I'll be at the orphanage on the evening of the 9th. I'll be waiting in the front yard. I thought you could meet him if you like, even if it's only just this once. I know you're a very busy man, but anyway, that's where we'll be. Goodbye. What? He was my dad? So sorry, Sean. Care to explain what the heck is going on, Gavel? Sean isn't my I could have told you that! You would have been 13 when he was born. I adopted him, and he was aware of this. Yes, of course. His mother, Amelie Finn, she died 5 years ago. It's been a long 5 years. Amelie. Her name was Amelie. Amelie. She's dead now. She was his mother. Oh, we were cousins. Called it! Okay, I was close at least. I was very close. Definitely related. I thought that her and Sean might have been cousins, but no. More of a second cousin type of situation here. Whatever, doesn't matter. Basically the same thing. Although I do love that Sean. That means Sean was adopted when he was about 7 or 8. But the interesting thing about that is that he already calls her mom. It's like, oh, that's sweet. But we were also friends, the best of friends. People often mistook us for sisters. And so when she died, it seemed only natural that Sean should come and live with me. Of course, we had to keep his father's identity secret, and I decided the best way to do that would be for him to never know in the first place. It's quite a lot to learn from a recording made on a seemingly innocent toy. I guess Sean's mother must have recorded the message and then sent the plushie to the president. Hey. Yes, Sean? You're sure? He was really my dad? Yes, I'm sure. Before you were born, your mother worked for a diplomat for a time as a diplomat in Zhangfa. Makes sense. That line of work might well have brought her into contact with the president. What? You told me she worked at the orphanage. She did, but only after she returned, after she quit the diplomatic service. She always loved helping others. The orphanage was perfect for her.
Knuckle back!
Sorry, Judge Gavel, but I have to ask. Amelie, the lady who asked the president to come, why didn't she show up herself? Why didn't she anywhere in the files related to the SS5 incident? She never made it to the rendezvous that night. Someone was tailing her. I'll bet that was Chairman Winner's doing, though sadly we can't prove it. And because she couldn't make it, she never saw the president again. Then she died 5 years ago. This can't be easy for Sean. Hey, Sean, are you thirsty? We could go get a soda. My treat, okay? Come on, I think I saw a vending machine over. You think I can't buy myself a soda? This is important, and it's about me. I'm staying. Oh, that didn't work at all. It was here's the thing, very good attempt. I will applaud you the attempt. Perhaps now you can guess why I met with the president 2 nights ago. So that's it. That was the big secret. I wanted to tell him face to face that Amelie was gone, but also that you were alive and well. More than well. But it makes sense now. No wonder Judge Govell was so keen to avoid sharing the details of the meeting. Yeah, she would have had to share the truth about Sean, too. That was why I took the lion lilies with me. So there'd be no doubt that I knew Amelie, and that I knew her well. Those flowers bore special significance for the two of them, you see. President Wang gave Amelie a bouquet of lion lilies in the early days of their romance. But now, he too is dead. If only he had lived, Sean might finally have been able to get to know him. J-Fo! I've been waiting for the right time to say this, but what? What is it? You've been hovering there this whole time. Can't it wait? I sent something else from Zhangfa. President Wang's will. What? The president's will, huh? You gave my father medal after medal. They would have had to come up with new ones. Just wait. There were no medals left to give, so he made us the keepers of his last will. Oh, we still had that. What? This is... What is it, Agent Lang? Does it have anything to do with our current case? You could say that. Seems he was planning on publicly acknowledging Sean as his son. Sean's name appears in the president's will? And we're certain that the document is authentic, that President Wang wrote it himself. Sure we are. It's old, but it's real. My family took charge of it back before the SS5 incident happened. They'll want to analyze it back home to be sure, but I'd stake my name on it being the genuine article. Wang was a renowned world leader, a child nobody knew about would have been sure to cause a stir, and yet he chose to mention the child in his will nonetheless. Well, that's that, I guess. Still can't quite believe it, but the president confirmed it with his own hands. There's no denying it. Sean, you're President Wang's son. Sean? Sean! Yeah, no, this tracks, and especially because he thinks that he killed his own father. Now he's like, oh, I never knew I had a dad, and now I killed him. Oh no. Fuck, that sucks. All right, we're gonna call it there. Thank y'all so much for joining me. We have 2 chapters left. I was planning on maybe finishing it this week, but with how long this chapter took, maybe it will be 2 more weeks. We'll find out. But yeah, thanks all so much for joining me. Reminder that Saturday we're going to be starting Digimon Emerald. Digimon Emerald is what we'll be starting on Saturday. That's our new Saturday game. So be excited for that. Another Craft Treasure on Sunday. Hi, Biscuit. Everyone say goodbye to Biscuit. I love you too, baby. Let's see if there's anyone to raid as we head out. Other than just GDQ. No? Just GDQ? To GDQ then! Thank y'all for joining me. I love ya. And yeah, we'll be back on Saturday. Did I spell this correctly? I did. Alright. Have a great night, everyone. Make sure to get water and food and all that good stuff. Bye!